Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this what if story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗛𝗡 on Wattpad. Now let's start. Izumi's point of view. You think being the daughter of the number 1 hero and number 6 hero is amazing. Well, you're wrong. You become a beach to your only brother who you looked up to because of something he couldn't control, thinking you were protecting him, and by doing what I did with my friends and family, he becomes something so evil that you wish it had never happened. Mwahahaha, as I look to see a man in a suit of armor with blades over him as it is raining and lightning strikes as I look into his eyes as he takes his helmet off to show the face. My brother Izuku, or I guess now, he calls himself the Shredder. Narrator's point of view. 11 years ago we see 5 kids beating a green hair boy who looks to be 8 as he doesn't cry or plead for help as he just accepts his beating as the kids stop. Katsuki. Looks like Deku learned his lesson. He can't be a hero and is a loser. Izumi. Did we go too far? I am sorry we had to do this, but now you will be safe. Shoka, Izu, I am sorry we needed to crush your dream, but I will work 10 times strong for both of us. Shoto. You know his eyes look dead. Katsuki. You're right, maybe he is dead already. I know, maybe he can pray for a quirk in his next life. After her takes a swan dive off the roof. This made the girls go wide-eyed as Shoto laughed his butt off as the girls looked to see Izuku gone as they beat the tea out of Katsuki and Shoto. Izumi. He gave up his dream. You didn't need to go that far, Katsumi. Even if my Icon kills himself, you're going to die. Shoka. Why say that, Katsuki? Because I didn't want to make him stop being a hero. Shoto. We wanted him dead, that is why we came up with this idea. Learning this, the girls started to freak out and realize that what they did was not right and run to UA to come clean. Meanwhile with Izuku we see him walking in the woods, not crying or anything, just walking as he start walking up a cliff of a small mountain as he finds a cave and goes in as he walks around in it as he finds this door with what looks like a red foot of a demon or something, as Izuku, not caring if it is dangerous or not, opens it and finds out it's a lab as he looks around and see one computer still working as he turns it open as he see a face of someone. Finally I am awakened from my virtual prison. Mwahaha, as the face laughs as Izuku feel the evil behind that laugh as he likes it as the face sees Izuku. I am the Shredder. Bow to my power boy as Izuku bows as this pleased the Shredder. Tell me boy who you are and what year is it? Izuku. My name is Izuku and the year is 3200. Shredder. That means the turtles are dead. Ha. Izuku. Shredder, sir, can I ask you to tell me your story? Shredder. Very well, and I ask you to tell your since you awaken me, as Shredder tells his story and Izuku does the same. Shredder to a liking to Izuku and told him he will train him if he set him free. From the virtual world Izuku agreed and Shredder started to train Izuku after using his power of the virtual world to make robotic foot soldiers in the lab. Meanwhile at Inko and Toshinori were beaten and bloody, the girls were being scolded, and Katsuki and Shoto had HFS on Nizu. You all disgust me, Aizawa. How can you do this? Izumi. We thought it was the best idea to protect him, but we were wrong, so wrong. Katsumi. We can't be heroes. Shoka. No, we can't. Nizu looked at them inside. Nizu. Really should blacklist you girls, but since you came clean I will give you the chance to be heroes at UA. But as for you two, he looks at Shoto and Katsuki. Nizu. You're dead, as Nizu explain everyone's punishment as we cut back to Izuku fighting robot foot soldiers as Cyber Shredder talks to Izuku telling him what to do, and it also go for the kill and never show honor in his fights as Izuku smiles evilly. Izuku. Yes, Sir Shredder. Izuku's point of view. The world is cure to those who are considered weak. But the weak sometimes are the most feared people in the world. I have lost everything because of this world that I want to see it destroyed, and with Sr. Shredder I can achieve that, but first I must get rid of him. I must take the name Shredder for myself. Narrator's point of view. Massive time skip. We see Izuku meditating in the dark with only 2 candles around him as he is wearing a GI of the Shredder as he is looking at the symbol of the foot. Just then 6 shadows figures attack him as he blocks all the attacks and then destroys the 6 figures as he turns to a computer screen and bows as the voice of the Shredder is heard. Shredder. Well done Izuku, you have passed all my tests. You are now Izuku. Thank you Mr. Shredder. Shredder. How is the preparations coming? Izuku. All done sir. I have made the robotic foot soldiers take over Japan in the shadows, and everyone in the underground knows about the foot, and so do the heroes. We are still unknown to the citizens because of the Heroes, but that doesn't matter, we already own everything, we even have the government of Japan under our influence, yet they don't know that yet themselves. Shredder, good, now how is my new body coming along? Izuku, I will show you. As Izuku leaves in a room the Cyber Shredder can't see in with the tech in the lab as Izuku comes out in a suit of armor. Shredder, what is the meaning of this? Izuku, your time as the Shredder is over. You taught me to fight and plan, but I had my own goal. Shredder, insulin brat foot attack as robotic foot soldiers appear and surrounded Izuku and bow to him, making the Cyber Shredder mad. Izuku, I am in control. You taught me always be ahead of your enemy. There can only be one Shredder ruling this planet, and that is me. Shredder, you brat. Izuku, goodbye. Here as Izuku punches his hand through the screen as the robotic foot destroy the lab as it starts on fire as Izuku puts on the Shredder helmet and walks away but looks back. Izuku, Shredder, you were a fun toy to play with him, sir, but now you fall as fire covers Izuku as he disappears. As we cut to UA as we see Izumi and the girls talking. This is 2 weeks after the entrance exams. Mina, so Izumi, you have any siblings? Izumi looked down. Izumi, I had a brother Momo. What happened to him, if you don't mind me asking? Izumi, sorry, I can't see. Over the years All Might was able to keep what he and his family did to Izuku hidden. Nizu couldn't do anything, so no one knows what happened to Izuku or even knows he existed. Katsumi, let's not talk about this anymore, okay? Shoka, Yamina, no, I want to know, give me the details. Girl, is he hot? Like, is he a celebrity? Oh, if he is, can I get his number? I so want to date him. Mina, going on talking about Izuku started to business Izumi, Katsumi and Shoka off as Izumi punched Mina in the face. This shocked everyone in class as Mina looked at Izumi. Izumi, my brother is dead, okay? He is dead and we are the ones that killed him. So, no, he is not a celebrity. You should have just dropped it. After Katsumi and Shoka asked Tio drop it and it. Mina, stop being such a noisy brat and asking people to talk about stuff they don't want to talk about. As Izumi walks away as Katsumi and Shoka go after her as the other tell Mina she shouldn't have asked about Izuku after they asked them not to talk about it. Cut to the heroes in a meeting. Nizu, does everyone understand? Nizu, sir, I don't see why we can't just take down this shadow organization called the Foot Aizawa. Because no one can find them. They work in the shadows, and plus the foot ninjas we do seem to capture are all robots that destroy themselves. Power loader, we can't even trace where they came from. Also, the tech they are made from is something I haven't seen before. Same with David Shield, he can't even make out what tech this is. He told me that Earth isn't even close to making tech like this. Inko, do we even have any idea who the leader is? Nizu, yes, before one of the foot ninjas blow up it said, watch out for Shredder midnight. So this Shredder guy is the leader of the Foot. Mike, then let's ask for the police to look in their files for a man named Shredder Aizawa. That won't work, Mike, because if the Foot is a shadow organization, Inko, means that this Shredder guy has never been caught. Nizu, correct. This Shredder isn't any threat. The only threat is AFO. Nizu, I don't think that is the case. All Might, meanwhile, with the Shredder. So Mr. Shigaraki, do you understand that you're under my foot? As Shredder puts pressure on his foot as it's on Shigaraki's head as we see his hands cut off and bleeding as Kurogiri is dead as a foot ninja pulls his blade out of his back. Shredder, what do you think? AFO, as a man walks out of the shadows as he starts clapping. AFO, wonderful performance, I would love for you to join me. Shredder, join you. As AFO stops as Shredder starts laughing as for the first time AFO actually feels fear but keeps himself from showing it. AFO, why is? As Shredder walks up to him. Shredder, I didn't came here to work for you or for you to work for me. I came here to kill you all and keep you away from messing up my plans. As AFO was about to say something, the Shredder raised his left hand with his 2 blades on it and slashes AFO's throat before he could even react. As Shigaraki sees this as he freaks out saying he will kill him, but the Shredder just walks to him, puts his foot on Shigaraki's head and crushes it. Just then a foot ninja walks out of a room with the doctor who see AFO dead, Shigaraki dead, and Kurogiri dead as the Shredder walks over to him as he is scared. Shredder, I won't kill you, doctor, I need you alive to give the message to All Might that fear itself is coming for him and his family. As the doctor nods thinking he is safe from being hurt, but then he was stabbed in the arm as he looks at Shredder. Shredder, I said you would live to tell my message, I didn't say I wouldn't torture you. As the doctor screams as we cut to outside the bar as we hear Shredder laugh. Inko's point of view, they say a mother is a protector for her children, but I can't call myself that, not after what I did to my son Izuku. I neglected him because of him not having a quirk. I have no excuses and I dishonor my mother who was a hero. My son 𝗏𝗧𝗂 is out there somewhere. I hope to find him so I can apologize. Narrator's point of view. We see the teachers still talking as 𝗎𝗎𝗓 gets a call as he answers it and shows a face of fear as the heroes are now scared as 𝗎𝗎𝗓 hit a few buttons as pictures appear as everyone see dead bodies as all might see AFOAM. WB at the 𝗏𝗓𝗎𝗓. This is the work of Shredder. Everyone. What am ish? He was 𝗎𝗎𝗓, able to kill AFO. Yes, and then there's this as 𝗎𝗎𝗓 puts a video up of the doctor the cops took to send to 𝗎𝗎𝗓 as the heroes see him freaking out saying the Shredder is a demon, not human, he is fear itself and that he will be coming for All Might and his family as the video ends because the doctor went into shock from everything as the heroes are scared as 𝗎𝗎𝗓 spoke 𝗎𝗎𝗓. The doctor didn't make it, they said he died from cardiac arrest and fear WI is the Shredder. Targeting me and my family 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Why 𝗎𝗎𝗓? We do not know, but I will make arrangements for dorms to be made to hopefully protect our students. Aizawa. This Shredder, whoever he is, hates you guys for some reason. 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Could this have something to do with Izuku? But why would a villain know him unless somehow the Shredder knows what we did to him? As 𝗏𝗏𝗏 thinks, we cut to Izuku sitting in a tower drinking tea as a man in a suit comes up to him. Bank president. Mr. Saki, I would like to thank you for you're busy with us. Since you joined us 5 years ago, you made us very wealthy. As Izuku drinks his tea as he looks at the bank president as he takes a step back. Izuku took the name Orokusaki to hide from his past until he attacks them. He also has fake papers so even they can't call him out saying he is a villain. Also he is 19 and UA is a college in this story. Izuku, Saki, will be when he is doing business with others. Izuku, Saki, I only take point to ally myself with people I see fit to. Your bank was one of them. After I took over my father's business, people thought I wouldn't be able to become as powerful as I am now. Bank president. Well, Mr. Saki, I have to say they were wrong to doubt you. Izuku, Saki, yes indeed. Now is there any other busy you need? Bank president. No sir, I will see myself out. As the bank president leaves with a sigh of relief as Izuku takes a sip of his tea as a foot ninja appears in front him. Izuku, report foot overhaul is out of commission, but there was a little girl with him that he was using to make quirk canceling bullets. Izuku, interesting. Is she here? Foot, yes sir, and she is scared. Izuku, did you hurt her? Foot, no sir. Izuku, take care of her and do not let anyone hurt her or it will be their heads on my spikes. Foot, yes sir. Also the girl's name is Eri. Izuku, Eri, how well, tell her I will see her after some business I must attend to. Foot, yes sir. As the foot ninja disappears as Izuku stands up as he walks to a wall and presses a button. As a hidden passage opens as he go into it and walks down some stairs as he enters a room and sees different foot soldiers being made as we see a young man with red hair working on one robotic foot soldier as Izuku speaks. Izuku, Dr. Chaplin. As the man named Dr. Chaplin stops working and faces Izuku as he bows. Chaplin, Mr. Shredder, sir, I wasn't expecting you yet. I love this guy in the TMNT 2003 series so I want him in this story. Izuku, how are my new foot soldiers coming along? Chaplin, really? Well sir, I took your idea to make these. As Chaplin pulls out a remote and pushes a button as light turn on to show robotic foot soldiers. Chaplin, they are just how you requested them. They are built with quirk identifying vision, with a fast calculating intellect to counteract the quirk by using techno-based nanotech from that weird technology you gave me. Sir. Izuku, how about the strength? Chaplin, oh, the strength on these babies are off the charts. They can take a and keep on ticking. Izuku, that still can be destroyed, right? Chaplin, yes, but it will be strong to survive long if your enemies are not careful. Izuku, impressive Dr. Chaplin, I was right to hire you. Chaplin, it is an honor sir to hear that. As Chaplin gets on one knee and bows to Izuku. Chaplin, Herr Shredder, I will follow you no matter what. Izuku, good, now how many of these? Chaplin, elite robotic foot soldiers. Izuku, how many do you have done? Chaplin, only 2 sir, that is it. I tested them on the weak Nomu things AFO and that. Whack job doctor was working and well. Look as Chaplin stands up and pushes another button as Izuku see 2 elite robotic foot in a room full on dead Nomus. Chaplin, that was only test 1 with normal Nomus. I still need to do the test on one of the so-called high-end Nomus. Izuku, show me. Chaplin, right away. And steer Shredder as Chaplin pushes another button as a high-end Nomu comes out of a room as it looks around and see the robotic foot. Hood, are they strong opponents? Chaplin, if attack this weak creature. Hood, weak, I will crush this. Hood couldn't finish because one of the elite robotic foot appeared behind it and kicked it, sending it to the other one who uses its sword to cut Hood's arm off as Hood looks to see that his arm isn't healing as he looks at the RF disappear as they both appear in front of Hood and cuts off his head killing him. Izuku, Impressive chaplain. To give you a rundown, this 𝗏𝗡 called Hood, his quirks were muscle augmentation, super regeneration, shoulder-mounted jets, transforming arm, power and storage, unofficial name. But the ERF were able to scan and identify the quirks he had, and the nanotech inside created a formula and used it in the weapons to block the quirks from work, allowing them to kill something that was made to kill. All Might Izuku. Excellent work, Dr. Chapin. I am pleased with these results. Get one of them ready for the USJ attack, chaplain. Of course, 𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘, I will do it right away, Izuku. Good. As Izuku walks away, as chaplains start to get one of their ready, as we cut to Izuku walking into a room where we see Eri scared as he walks in. Izuku, leave us as the foot. That was in the room with Eri disappear as Eri looks at Izuku, who smiles at her calmly. Izuku, you do not need to be afraid, little one. My name is Orokusaki Eri. Don't hurt me, Izuku. I will not hurt you, little one. I had my men save you, Eri. Why did Izuku? Yes, I will not let anything bad happen to you, I promise, Eri. Are really, Izuku? Yes, now come with me. Let us get you some food and I will show you the ways of ninjutsu to fight and protect yourself. As Eri slowly walks to Izuku as he puts out his hand as Eri takes it, as we see Izuku lead Eri out of the room and heads to the kitchen. Plus Izumi's point of view. What would you do if you just watched your father die by the hands of your brother? The brother you wanted to protect but failed him because you bullied him. Most would try and kill him, but what if you couldn't? What if you still wanted to be with your brother, not in a romantic way, but be with him to help him? Narrator's point of view. Izuku, Shredder. Ha 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 ha. As the class and Izuku's past looks at All Might's dead body, as Izuku the Shredder grabs his head and looks at it. Izuku, Shredder. So much for the god that everyone believed was indestructible. As Izuku tosses All Might's head to the side as he looks at Izumi and Inko, not even crying for the death of All Might, as he glares at them as he puts on his helmet and looks at the students as Izumi and Inko do the same, wondering why. Just then the teachers busted through the doors, doing a heroic pose as they look and freeze as they see the dead body of All Might. As Endeavor was there and got super mad, he rushed Izuku and used one of his most powerful attacks, setting the whole USJ on fire. This made the other heroes grab the students, Aizawa, and All Might's dead body and head and leave outside the USJ. Endeavor was looking at the USJ going up in flames even though it's raining, as Nizu goes to him. Nizu, what have you done? You could have killed the students. Endeavor, sorry, seeing my friend killed made me go a little overboard, but at least we don't have to worry about the Shredder anymore. As Endeavor stops as Nizu and everyone looks at the A and see the Shredder just casually walking out, not even hurt or scratched. Endeavor, tits and not pee possible, as the robotic foot appear at the entrance and get on one knee as the Shredder stops as lightning strikes all around, as the heroes are scared as Izumi and Inko watch because this is their fault that Izuku became the Shredder. Moi want to try again. Endeavor drops to the ground, actually scared, as you hear sirens from fire trucks and police as the Shredder lifts up his hand. Shredder foot disappear as the robotic foot all disappear as the Shredder looks at everyone. Shredder, we will meet again, as flames from the E explode on the Shredder as the teachers and students cover their eyes and then open them to see the Shredder gone. Mina, scared shitless, is that what we have to deal with as heroes? Denki, scared shitless. He was able to kill All Might as the students start freaking out as the teachers fell to the ground, as the firefighters start to put out the flame, as police try to get an answer on what happened from the heroes and students, but they couldn't say anything. Meanwhile, with Izuku, we see him at his tower as he takes off his helmet and armor, puts on his GI, and enters a room to see Eri and a robotic foot showing her different forms on Ninsu. As the foot saw Izuku, he stops and bows as Eri looks and runs to Izuku, who knees down and stops Eri. Eri, Mr. Saki, I am training strong. Izuku, I see that. Eri, I am proud of you. Eri, will you be training me now that you're back? Izuku, I will after I take care of some business. Eri, okay Mr. Saki. As Eri goes back to the foot and continues her training, as Izuku walks away and goes to his study and goes to the hidden entrance and goes to the lab as he see Chaplain Izuku, Dr. Chaplain, as Chaplain stops working and goes to Izuku and bows. Chaplain, Shredder. Izuku, what would you like as a reward? Chaplain, what? Izuku, your RF was far better than even I expected. You stopped All Might and his precious OFA with your nanotech. Chaplain, are really? Izuku, yes, and with that I would like to reward you. Chaplain, well, working for you is a reward by itself in Shredder, but I wouldn't mind having access to all tech-based companies in Japan for my research to help you. Izuku, very well, I will buy them all and let you run them however you see fit. Chaplain, thank you. Shredder, I will never fail you. Izuku, I know. As Izuku turned away and starts to walk as he stops Izuku. Oh, one last thing, I will be sending down my armor with the BLD of All Might on it. Scan and analyze his BLD, see if you can extract the core of OFA from it, Chaplain. Right away and see our Shredder. As Izuku leaves as Chaplain gets to work setting up his equipment as we cut to Izuku now training. Airy time skip 1 week. Japan took the death of All Might strong. They lost the symbol of peace to a villain they don't even know of because the heroes are keeping it that way. The students haven't been able to recover from what they saw. Some students dropped out of UA because they didn't sign up to face villains like the Shredder. They thought it would be fun to be a hero because of All Might. Izumi, Katsumi, Shoka and 𝗏𝗏. Well, they were broken to see Izuku the Shredder be the one to kill All Might, and it didn't help because they know they are the ones that caused him to turn into a villain. Nizu tried his best to keep the fact Izuku is the Shredder from spreading after 𝗏𝗏 told him, so this way UA can try and save him. The staff besides the ones that knew Izuku before didn't understand why though, but they listened and didn't say a word. We right now see Izumi, 𝗏𝗏, Katsumi and Shoka in 𝗏𝗏's room of the teacher's dorm. Izumi: why did we bully him? Katsumi: this couldn't be just because we bullied him, right? Shoka: yeah, he must be brainwashed, right? Our sweet innocent cinnamon roll can't be the Shredder. 𝗏𝗏: he is. Girls, we caused this. You're bullying my neglect over him. We caused him to be the Shredder. Izumi: the day he left he was dead. Your brother even said his eyes are lifeless. And it's like he said we killed his dream to be a hero and made him have a new one to destroy this world. Shoka: we have to stop him. Izumi: why? Because I see he has every right to destroy this world because of the way it treated him and the way it treats others like him. 𝗏𝗏: you're right, this world only cares who has strong quirks. It's like the people in this world that have weak quirks or villain quirks or quirkless are not even human now because of how people like us treated them. We think they are nothing more than trash. Katsumi: what are you saying, that you support his evil deeds? Izumi: no, I mean yes, no, wait, no, I don't know anymore. 𝗏𝗏: it is just a lot to take in. Shoka: you're right, our minds aren't at the best mindset right now. Why don't we all just head to the dorms to sleep? As Katsumi agrees and gets up, but Izumi stays. Izumi: I will be staying with mom if that is okay, mom. 𝗏𝗏: of course, sweetie. As Katsumi and Shoka leave as Izumi and 𝗏𝗏 get ready for bed but are still sad on what happened and what they learned as they get into 𝗏𝗏's bed and just lay there unable to sleep. As we cut to outside the dorm as we see a robotic foot in a tree watching them as he pulls back an arrow on his bow and aims in at 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi. Izuku's point of view: long ago true warriors believed in Bushido, death before dishonor. The people of the world forgot that you must always honor family. All Might dishonor his Nana Shimura when he went back on her teachings, and when he neglected his own son because he was quirkless. With his dishonor came my uprise and the downfall of Japan. Praise and money for these heroes blinded them from the true meaning of honor, of protecting their people. Narrator's point of view: we start off right where we left off with the foot soldier pointing an arrow at 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi. As he fires the arrow, it goes through the window and stabs the bed frame as 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi roll out of the bed and get in a fighting stance as they see the foot soldier as he disappears. As 𝗏𝗏 looks at the arrow and sees it has a note, as Izumi sees it also and grabs it and looks at it with 𝗏𝗏. Note: Izuku: if you wish to speak with me, I will be waiting at this address. Come alone. If you agree, tell no one where you are going and make sure you're not followed. As Izumi and 𝗏𝗏 look at each other, as Izumi memorized the address and then burns the note, as her and 𝗏𝗏 agreed to go see Izuku as they sneak out of UA. As 50 minutes go by and they made sure no one was following as they enter an empty dojo as they see the foot symbol and they see fire on torches. As they look around as they hear footsteps and see Izuku walking out of the shadows. Izuku: thank you for joining me. As Izuku goes to a mat and sits on it as foot soldiers appear from the shadows and place mats for Izumi and 𝗏𝗏, and then a couple more appear with tea and hands them to Izuku and 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi. As Izuku takes a sip with his eyes closed as Izumi and 𝗏𝗏 are confused and wondering why Izuku asked for them to come. As they see Izuku open up his eyes and looks at them, Izumi and 𝗏𝗏 can see that his eyes are somewhat dead and lifeless but has some shard of humanity left, but not much. As Izuku speaks: Izuku: thank you for coming alone. My foot have been watching you since you left UA. Izumi: on, no Shredder. Izuku: call me Orikasaki please. 𝗏𝗏: Orikasaki, why did you ask for us to join you? Izuku: because I was curious why you two never cried when I killed All Might. As 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi look at each other and then to Izuku as they speak: Izumi: because we understand why. 𝗏𝗏: What we did to you, we understand why you hate us so much. Crying for his death would mean we don't accept what we did Izumi. What we turned you into. People create the things they dread. Heroes create villains. We created you when we bullied you and neglected you 𝗏𝐻𝐽. We have no one to blame but ourselves. This is our karma. As Izuku drinks his tea as he closes his eyes then looks at them. Izuku, would you stand against me or will you betray everyone you know to join me? Izumi, 𝗏𝐻𝐽𝐻𝐽. What Izuku? I didn't just ask you here to see why you didn't cry. I asked you here because I want to see what you would do if I gave you the chance to join so we can be a family. As Izuku looks at Izumi and 𝗏𝐻𝐽 as they are shocked. That is all they wanted, was to be a family with Izuku again, to support him in his dream, but now his dream is to destroy the world and rule it, so now they have to think about it and see what is more important to them, being a hero or being family again. Izuku, I asked you join me but I need to put your loyalty to the test. If you agree to join me Izumi, what do we need to do? Izuku, you will have to kill someone close to both of you, someone you love dear 𝗏𝐻𝐽. What Izumi, what Izuku, this will show me that you will do anything to be a family again. As 𝗏𝐻𝐽 and Izumi think, as Izumi speaks. Izumi, would killing my boyfriend be good enough? Izuku, oh, does my dear old sister have a boyfriend? Izumi, Ejiro Kirishima, we started dating in middle school. Izuku, I see. Yes, if you kill him I will see your loyalty is with me and that you are willing to turn your back on the heroes to be a family again. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, I could kill anyone you tell me to. Izuku, kill Mike, Uncle Aizawa's best friend. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, alright. As Izuku stands up and starts walking backwards. Izuku, kill them and I will allow you back in my life. As he disappears into the shadow. As 𝗏𝐻𝐽 and Izumi look at each other and leave. Time skip, we see we are at the dorms. As we see Izumi over Kirishima as he is sleeping, we see that he is bandaged from the kunai that stabbed him. As Izumi pulls out a syringe and puts it in the wound and puts poison in Kirishima's blood. As he wakes up to see Izumi. Kirishima, Izumi, what are you doing? As Izumi puts her hand over his mouth as she looks at him as he can't move due to the poison. As she speaks, Izumi, I did love you but I would do anything to be a family again with Izuku. The Shredder, hearing that Kirishima, goes wide-eyed and tries to scream but can't due to Izumi holding his mouth, so he tried to fight but can't due to the poison making him unable to move. Izumi, you made this easy Kirishima by you refusing to get your shoulder looked at, thinking it would be manly to have the scar. When they find your body they will see you died of poison and think the kunai that stabbed you was dipped in it, and since Endeavor set the USJ on fire it destroyed it. As Kirishima started to close his eyes as he dies without even putting up a fight. Izumi takes her hand off his mouth and removes the gloves on her hands and puts them in her pocket. Izumi, got to love poison. Sometimes it takes effect right away or sometimes it waits to slowly kill you. As a foot appears from the shadow and Izumi looks at him as he looks at Kirishima and scans to see he is actually dead. As he looks at Izumi and nods and disappears. Izumi leaves as we cut to 𝗏𝐻𝐽 with Mike on a roof. Mike, I am surprised you asked to join my patrol. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, after everything that happened. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, I couldn't sleep and need to get my mind off things. Mike, I understand. Anyway, you know you can talk anytime you need to. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, thanks Mike. As 𝗏𝐻𝐽 and Mike look around as 𝗏𝐻𝐽 nods a little as foot appear as Mike and 𝗏𝐻𝐽 get in a fighting stance. Mike, great, the Shredder must be trying to pick us off one by one. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, or they are here to watch me fulfill my task to be a family again with Izuku. Mike, as Mike look at 𝗏𝐻𝐽 as she stabs his throat with a kunai with the foot symbol on it. As Mike looks at 𝗏𝐻𝐽 as she lets go of the shuriken and watches Mike fall to the ground. 𝗏𝐻𝐽, sorry Mike, but I would do anything to be Izuku's mother again, even if it means going crazy and turning my back on being a hero. As Mike tries to scream but can't because of the kunai in his throat. As the foot comes to scan Mick's body and see that he is dead as they nod and disappear, leaving 𝗏𝐻𝐽 to hurt herself to protein. They were attacked. Meanwhile with Izuku we see two foot soldiers walking up to Izuku as he is looking out of a big window upon the city. As they get on one knee and bow. Izuku, report Foot 1. Izumi has completed her task and killed her boyfriend. Foot 2. Same with 𝗏𝐻𝐽, she completed her task and killed Mike like you told her to. Izuku, excellent. As Izuku turns around. Izuku, give them a message saying I am pleased and to wait for further instructions. Foot soldiers, yes sir. As both stand up and walks away. As Izuku turns back to look upon the city as he smiles. Izuku, the battle is already won and the war now. Let's see how far these heroes will go to try and stop me. Mwahahaha. As Izuku starts laughing as we start to zoom out and look at his tower as lighting strikes Katsumi's point of view. How far would you go for family? Would you listen to them to bully the one person you love most? Would you follow them on the path of evil if they gave you a chance to be with them? What does family mean to you, and what would you do for them? Narrator's point of view. We see it's morning as we see Class 1A freaking out as paramedics drag Kirishima's dead body out as RG was giving the statement saying that some poison was in his system that they could have detected if Kirishima didn't refuse to get his shoulder looked at. Meanwhile, Izumi was fake crying for her boyfriend's death as Katsumi and Shoka tried to comfort her. Inko was in bandages also. Comforting her. Aizawa was nowhere to be seen due to Mike being dead by the hands of the foot. Inko used her telekinesis to throw object and cut herself to make it seem like the foot hurt her, but she told the police that Mike jumped in when the kunai was going to kill her. As UA started to lose their morale because of the shredder. Izuku time skip 2 days. We see the staff of UA and some other heroes like Mirko, Ryukyu, Fat Gum, Night Eye, Endeavor and GT with the head of the Hero Association as they are talking about the shredder. Casey. Alright everyone, let's go over the report again. Over the last 11 years the shadow organization known as the Foot has been stealing, killing, and gaining resources. The Foot soldiers are just robots that we can't trace at all, and we can't tell what level of tech they are. And last but not least, we now know the leader of the Foot is called the Shredder, a man that was able to kill AFO and All Might Mirko. I want to get my hands on him and kill him myself. Endeavor, you have to get in line, Casey. Quiet now before we continue. I am bringing in an old friend of mine to help with upping security in UA and also around the city. I asked him to be here. Just then the door opened and Aizawa, Nizu, Ard, GT and Endeavor jumped up from their seats because the man that just walked in was Orakusaki Izuku. As he showed no care on his face, he walked to the head of the Hero Association and shook his hand. Izuku, Saki, it's good to see you, my friend. How are the kids? And April. Casey. Just fine. Also, April asked if you would be able to make it for supper. She is making her homemade pizza. Izuku, Saki, her homemade pizza. I wouldn't miss it for the world. What time? Casey. 6. My friend Izuku, Saki, see you them. As Casey pulls out a chair and Izuku takes a seat as he looks at everyone with a smirk. Mirko, this is the friend you asked for help. He is a kid. Fat Gum. I don't mean to be rude, but how old are you? Izuku, Saki, Orakusaki, and I am 19. I took over my father's business after he died 7 years ago. At a young age I was considered a genius. By the time I hit the age of 6 I was already in college, and now I run the highest tech company in the world and also own many of the banks in Japan. I fund many different organizations and have many connections to our fellow countries. Ryukyu. Wait, Orakusaki, as in the CEO of Saki Tech? You're the tech company that saved my cousin's live with that artificial heart. Izuku, Saki, one of my favorite things to do is save lives. And can I ask, did you have to pay for the heart? Ryukyu. Yes, it wasn't cheap. I need to take on extra shifts just to pay for it. Still. Izuku, Saki, hold on. As Izuku pulls out his phone and makes a call and turns away and then thanks the person he calls. Izuku, Saki, I just told my accountant to transfer the money back into your account. Ryukyu. What? Izuku, Saki. Well, how can I charge a hero like you who puts their life on the line for us citizens? So all the money you already paid is now back in your account. And please continue to be a true hero. Ryukyu. Thank you, Mr. Saki. Thank you, Izuku, Saki, anything to help our heroes. As Izuku looks to see the people that know him shocked and that he is putting up a great act as the good guy. As Casey speak. Casey. Mr. Saki, can you tell them what you plan on doing? Izuku, Saki. Of course. As Izuku snaps his finger as the door opens again as Dr. Chaplin walks in wearing a suit as he has a laptop and goes and puts it in front of Izuku. Izuku, Saki, before I continue, this is my head scientist, Dr. Chaplin. It is an honor to meet such great heroes. I hope my tech can help fight off against this villain known as the Shredder. As Izuku smirks as he pushes a button and pictures appear on the screen with the robotic foot soldiers. Izuku, Saki, during our time studying the foot ninja we still can't discover the origin of the science behind them. Chaplin. It is like it's out of this world. Izuku, Saki, but we have been able to find out that they run on and can be disabled with a very high-frequency sound. Chaplin. Think of it as a dog whistle. Only dogs can only hear Night Eye. So only the foot robots can hear this high-frequency sound. Izuku, Saki, yes, we believe this is how the Shredder controls them and how they are unaffected by anything else. Chaplin. It could also be something else. These babies are strong to figure out. Snipe. So how can we beat them? I mean, the Shredder had what looks to be a next-gen one he used to stop All Might from using his quirk, and that made it possible for the Shredder to kill him. Izuku, Saki, it is impossible to tell how to stop this on next-gen foot soldier, but for the normal ones. Chaplin. writes her as Chaplin holds out his hand and shows a bracelet and presses a button as a glove forms and the heroes are amazed. Ignore the foot logo, Power Lorder. A glove, Chaplin. Not just any glove, this glove is made from the same material as the foot soldiers. It is also able to block the high-frequency sound and makes it able to destroy them easy, Mirko. That is great, those things are fast and strong. It takes at least 4 strong heroes to take one down, sometimes. Izuku, Saki. Yes, indeed, I have seen the video of heroes fighting these things. Even my favorite hero had a strong time, Mirko. Oh really, who is Izuku, Saki? This made Mirko shocked and blush as Ryukyu was a little jealous for some reason. Izuku, Saki. Back to matters at hand, I will be supplying 1 glover to each hero here and the top 10 heroes cementos. Why not every hero, Izuku? Saki. I would if we could, but since we only have a small supply of the foot robots we can't make more than what we already have. Midnight. Well, how about this? Why not give you the foot robots we destroy, protecting the people? This way you can study them more and make more gloves, Chaplin. That is a wonderful idea, Mr. Saki. With that I can create maybe even some other support tech for heroes that don't use pure strength to fight. Like for Snipe I can maybe make a blaster, or Midnight I can make something that can filter her quirk so it can affect the robots. Izuku. Saki, calm down, Dr. Chaplin. Chaplin. Sorry, Sir. Izuku, Saki, it's quite alright, and I like that idea, so we have a deal. You supply the destroyed foot robots and I will produce support gear with the tech to help fight off the foot. Casey. Sounds great. What do you think, Nizu? As everyone looks at Nizu, who was just staring at Izuku amazed on how well he lies through his teeth, but answers Nizu. It's a deal, Mr. Saki. Casey. Alright, now I will take my leave. I need to inform the other top 10 heroes that aren't here. Izuku, Saki, I look forward for tonight. Casey. Casey. I do too. The kids also can't wait to see you again. They keep asking when can they see Mr. Saki again. Izuku, Saki, well, I am close to their age, so they probably see me as an older brother. Casey. That is true. Anyway, I will see you later. As he leaves, Izuku looks at everyone. Izuku, Saki, if you please excuse us, but I would like to talk to Nizu, Eraserhead, RG, GT, Endeavor and Inko alone. As the other heroes look at Nizu, who nods and dismisses them as they leave. As Chaplin pulls out a device from his pocket and presses it as a mist is released, stopping everyone's quirks. Izuku, Shredder, hello my past. Nizu, Izuku, RG, my boy. GT, Kid Endeavor, Brad Aizawa and Inko didn't say anything. Izuku, Shredder, you all have questions. Nizu, why do all this? Izuku, Shredder, you know why. Endeavor, Brat, you are turning yourself in. Izuku, Shredder, oh, I don't think so, because I am Oroku Saki, a hero to the people even though I don't fight crime or wear a cape. Endeavor, we can expose you. Izuku, Izuku, Shredder, can you strong to expose someone that doesn't exist? GT, what do you mean? Izuku, Shredder, All Might, such a idiot, wanted to hide the fact that he neglected his son, so he destroyed any evidence that he had won. No BRD certificate, no photos, no DNA, no school records, no medical records, no dental records, not even a library card. I am non-existent, but you look up Orokusaki, you find all the stuff listed, so no one can connect me to this Izukuyagi person that doesn't exist. This made everyone shocked, and that All Might went that far to hide that he neglected his son. Izuku, Saki, you attack me, you will just be attacking a loyal citizen of Japan, and a very powerful one at that. I mean, I have more money than all of you combined, and that is just with my Japanese branch. With my other operations overseas, I am pretty much untouchable. As Izuku stands up and starts to leave. Izuku, Saki, Miss Inko. As everyone looks at Inko as she looks at Izuku. Izuku, Saki, your job as my personal secretary starts Monday, and your and Izumi's stuff is already moved into my home. Inko, of course, Mr. Saki. Aizawa, Aikao, what the hell? Izuku, Saki, my power as the Shredder is something you can't defeat, and I gave Inko and Izumi a choice to see how far they will go to be a family with me again, and well, you already saw the results. When is the funeral of Mike and Kirishima again? As Izuku leaves with Chaplin following and Inko going after them, as everyone in that room is frozen in complete shock on what they just learned. Aizawa is but can't do anything. As we cut to night, as we see Izuku at Casey's place have fun talking and entertaining the kids. Aizawa's point of view: I have seen some things as an underground hero, but I never imagined that I would be betrayed by my adopted sister. My family took her in when she was 15 after her mom died. She always wanted to be a mother more than a hero, and I guess realizing she neglected her son, and losing him broke her in more ways than we could have imagined. That she would kill my best friend to show loyalty to her son who offered a chance to be family again. I guess it's true, you never really know who someone truly is. Narrator's point of view. We see Katsumi and Shoka trying to stop Izumi from leaving Yue but have no luck. See Inko and Izumi said due to the death of their husband/father they couldn't continue being a hero and hero in training, which most understood, but the people that know the truth on why they are leaving couldn't really say anything because Izuku had them in a box with his power and influence over Japan, and also the fact they can't find anything on him being Izuku Yagi thanks to All Might destroying everything. Katsumi and Shoka were told by Aizawa what happened at the meeting due to it being Izuku, which made them shocked on how Izuku has so much power and gave Izumi and Inko a choice to join or not. We now cut to Inko and Izumi walking into Saki Tower. As they go to the receptionist and told her their names, which she checked and saw was allowed in, as two men in suits came and them to the elevator and took the top floor. As the elevator doors open, as Inko and Izumi see 2 foot soldiers, as the first people that recorded them told them to follow, as they did, as the foot showed them to Izuku's office. As they go in and see a big room with barely anything in it, just a few weapons and banners of the foot symbol, as they see Izuku sitting behind a small desk. As they walk towards him and stop when the foot stop and knees down when the foot knees, as Izuku looks at them and moves his hand up as the foot stand up and walks away, as Inko and Izumi keep kneeing. As Izuku speaks, Izuku, you can rise. As Inko and Izumi stand up, as Izuku also stands up and walks to them. Izuku, I am pleased that you showed your loyalty to me. I guess we are more alike than I thought. Izumi, we want to be part of your new dream. Inko, help you in any way we can. Izuku, good, now follow me. As Izuku walks to the hidden passage, as Inko and Izumi follow, as they go down to the lab and see Dr. Chaplin working on some ERF. Izuku, Dr. Chaplin, come welcome our new members. As Chaplin stops working and walks to them and bows. Chaplin, it's such an honor to meet new members that can be in here. Inko, is this restricted? Izuku, only people I really trust can be in here. Izumi, so you really trust us? Izuku, as long as you don't fail me. Inko and Izumi, yes sir. Chaplin, 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘, I also got the things you requested done. Izuku, excellent, show me. As Chaplin walks to a desk, as Izuku, Izumi and Inko follow, as Izuku smiles, as Inko and Izumi are confused as they see guns, support gear and other stuff. Izuku, excellent work. Chaplin, I am very pleased. Chaplin, your praise sir is too much. Izumi, what are these? Chaplin, the support gear we agreed to make the heroes. Inko, you're already done them, but I thought. Izuku, all a ruse so this way we can gain the trust of the heroes. Izumi, judging by that I am guessing these will work well, but they have a secret function that will make them stop working once 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘 wants them to. Chaplin, you will be correct, but see, since this is for 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘's legitimate business, the secret function can't be found by anyone but me and 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘. Inko, so when you give them to the heroes, Nisa can't ask Power Loader to take it apart to find if there's any hidden things. Izuku, correct. Inko, now Dr. Chaplin, show them their equipment. Chaplin, right away. As Chaplin runs off and then comes back with a case, as he opens it and shows 2 necklaces. As Inko and Izumi look confused. Chaplin, I introduce you to your ninja tech suits. Izumi, these necklaces. Chaplin, they are disguised as necklaces. See, these are made with nanotech. Whenever you need to fight as a foot, they will activate once you press the middle twice. The suits are made of strong nanotech alloy that can take 900 punches from Prime All Might. Inko, what? Chaplin, the BLD on 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘's blade, it was of All Might's. I uses it to scan the core of OFA. It was strong, but I did it and used the strength of OFA to make it so anything I build with what little of OFA I have indestructible almost. Izumi, what can you do with it all? Chaplin, if I had the full OFA I can make everything almost indestructible. As Izumi goes into her pocket and pulls out a test tube with a hair in it, and it's blonde. As Izuku realizes what it is as he grabs it. Izuku, it cannot be. Izumi, it's his hair, the hair he gave me before Yue. He told me to eat it to gain OFA, but I didn't. I saved it and I am glad I did, so it can help you 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘. As Izuku is happy as he give the hair to Chaplin. Izuku, extract the core of OFA and start building my new suit with it. Chaplin, right away. 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘. As Chaplin runs and starts working, as Izuku starts laughing as Inko and Izumi look at him. Izuku, with the strength of OFA and Utron metal and tech in my suit, nothing on this planet can harm me. As Izuku looks at Izumi and Inko as they bow. Izuku, you are proving even more useful than I thought. Izumi, anything to be a family. 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘. Inko, we will follow whatever you tell us. 𝗧𝗟𝗘 as Izuku starts to walk away. Izuku. You may call me Izuku behind closed doors. Now come, I must introduce you as 𝗏𝐼nko and Izumi look at each other and smile as they follow Izuku as we cut to them walking into a room as 𝗏𝐼nko and Izumi see a little girl with silver bluish hair fighting a foot soldier as she has a small sword in her hand. As the foot goes to stab her, she blocks it and cuts off the arm of the foot as it stops and shuts down Izuku. Excellent work, Eri, as Eri puts the sword down and looks to see Izuku as she runs to him. Eri. Father, you're here, as Eri stops in the bows and looks to see 𝗏�nko and Izumi. Eri. Father, who are they? Izuku. You can call them grandma and auntie, as Eri turns to them and bows. Eri. It is an honor to meet my grandma and auntie. My name is Eri Saki, daughter to Orokusaki. Izuku. They know the truth. Eri. Then to continue, Orokusaki, also known as Izuku, as Eri stands straight and turns back to face Izuku. Izumi. Izuku, is she really Izuku? She is adopted. Eri. Father, can I continue my training? Izuku. You may if you want, as Eri bows again as she goes back to training as 𝗏�nko and Izumi look at Izuku. Izuku. She is adopted with my influence. It wasn't any problem. 𝗏�nko. Why? Izuku. I may want to destroy the world, but I still have a soft side for kids. My foot soldiers saved her from overhaul. 𝗏�nko. Wait, overhaul? Izuku. Yes, he would have been a problem if I continue to let him live, so I hand my foot kill him. I took her in and started to train her. She is a natural and loves to train. Izumi. She must be trying to impress you. Izuku. She is, but I make sure she doesn't get hurt. The foot that she trains with are programmed to never actually hurt her before the strike is made. If she can't dodge or is trapped, they shut down. 𝗏�nko. I see, and you told her we are her grandma and auntie. Izuku. It is true, and a cover for when we do business. Izumi. Of course. Izuku. Now join her in training. You must learn the art of ninjutsu to be a foot, as 𝗏�nko and Izumi nod and head in the dojo as two more foot robots appear to tell 𝗏�nko and Izumi what to do. As Izuku leaves, a foot soldier walks up to him. Foot. Sir, we got a call from the receptionist downstairs. Izuku. About what? Foot. Two pro heroes are here. Izuku. Who? Foot. The rabbit hero 𝗏𝐿 and the dragon hero Ryukyu. As Izuku looks at the foot. Izuku. Interesting, I will see for myself what they want. As Izuku walks to the elevator and gets in, as he the emblem on his GI from the foot emblem to kanji that says dragon. As Izuku gets down to the lobby, as he gets out of the elevator and see 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu standing and waiting for him as they see him. Izuku. Saki, my, what do I owe the pleasure? As Izuku stops and bows to 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu as they also bow. 𝗏𝐿. We came to talk about something. Ryukyu. Something that might change your plans. This made Izuku interested as 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu get down on one knee. 𝗏𝐿. 𝗏𝗟𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗘. Sir Night Eye is on to you. Ryukyu. He plans on exposing your true identity with his quirk and a quirk of a villain that show memories. 𝗏𝐿. All because Eraserhead told him who you are. Izuku. What? 𝗏𝐿's point of view, they say loyalty is given when you respect someone because you fear them, but loyalty can also be because the person you serve granted you a new chance at life. For me, Orokusaki, the Shredder. Izuku, I am loyal to him for what he did for me. I would give my life for him if he asked me to. I may have betrayed the heroes, but they betrayed me first. Narrator's point of view, as we see 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu on one knee as they just told Izuku what Night Eye and Aizawa plan on doing. Izuku. Please come with me. As 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu stand up and follow Izuku into the elevator as he the emblem on his GI again back to the foot emblem. As 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu pull out a foot emblem necklace and put it on as they get to the top. As Izuku heads to his study, as 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu follow as they get there and enter. As Izuku takes a sit on a mat, as 𝗏𝐿 and Ryukyu do the same on mats in front of Izuku. Izuku takes a deep breath. Izuku. Explain in full. 𝗏𝐿. Aizawa went to Sir Night Eye's agency and I saw this, so I hide in the shadows like you taught me to listen in, and I heard Aizawa talk about your true identity. Izuku. What else? 𝗏𝐿. Sir Night Eye right away agreed because he saw your face before but couldn't remember where until Aizawa. Izuku. And this villain Ryukyu. That is where I came in. I am the one that took down the villain when I was actually hero before I joined you. His name is Memory Wipe. He has the ability to make memories into video or dreams. He can also erase memories. Izuku. How do you know that Sir Night Eye want him? Ryukyu. He called me for his information, and when I talked to 𝗏𝐿 about this we put two and two together. Izuku. I see, thank you. Ryukyu. Also Shredder the villain is in Moonlight Prison. He will be making the trip here in 2 days. Izuku. 𝗏𝐿. Yes, Mst. Our Shredder. Izuku. I will send you to eliminate this villain. 𝗏𝐿. Thank you 𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 for choosing me to complete this task as a knock was heard as Izuku told them to come in as the door opens to show Inko and Izumi walking as they see Mirko and Ryukyu and are confused and think this is a legitimate business meeting until they see them wearing the foot emblem on their necklaces. Izuku, Inko, Izumi, I would like to formally introduce you to your superiors in the Foot Clan. Inko, Mirko and Ryukyu, you're both in the Foot. Mirko, we are, and we know the truth about Izuku. Izumi, why do Ryukyu? Once you know that secret, you have proven you loyalty and he trusts you. Izuku, Inko, Izumi, you will go with both of them to see Dr. Chaplin. Izumi and Inko, yes 𝗧𝗟𝗘 as Mirko and Ryukyu get up and walk out with Inko and Izumi and head to the lab behind the hidden passage as we see them get to the lab as Chaplin sees them and goes to a operation table as Mirko gets on the table and lays down as Chaplin grabs a operation knife and cuts the skin on Mirko's left arm and left leg as he pulls the skin off to show a robotic arm and leg. Inko, and Mirko, this is why I am loyal to Izuku, he gave me my arm and leg back. Izumi, what happened? Mirko, the agency I worked for 4 years ago betrayed me. I wouldn't follow their orders because I didn't agree with what they were doing. They attacked me with villains they had on the payroll. At first I was kicking but then my arm was cut off, but I fight with my legs, but once I lost my leg I thought it was over. Chaplin, you will feel a bit of pain as Chaplin twisted her arm off and popped it off as Mirko grunts in pain as Chaplin takes her arm to upgrade it as Mirko continues speak. Mirko, I laid on the ground dying because of the hero agency I worked for. It made me think I couldn't trust other agencies if I survived. But I didn't think I was because a villain had a knife to my throat, but then the foot appeared and killed the villains. Then I saw him. Izumi, Izuku, Mirko, yes, he was wearing his shredder suit. He took off his helmet and asked me if he saved me would I serve him. I thought about it and said yes. I passed out after that and woke up with Chaplin putting my new arm and leg on. Izuku was also there and I was shocked that he was a kid. A 11-year-old boy saved me and kicked my butt after he told me to test my new arm and leg. Inko, he beat you at 11. Mirko, yes, he is far stronger than he looks. He was also still in training and wasn't a 𝗬𝗧𝗟𝗓 yet. Izumi, if he wasn't 𝗬𝗬𝗓 yet then Mirko, what you saw him do isn't anything. Chaplin, okay, done the upgrade on your arm, you will feel the pain again, so hold still as Chaplin puts her arm back on as he asked Ryukyu to help get her leg off as Ryukyu helps and he takes the leg to upgrade it. Mirko, I followed him ever since. I worked in the shadows after he trained me in ninjutsu. I kept my hero status and Izuku took care of the one that hired the villains. Inko, wow, and you Ryukyu, he gave me my heart. Izumi, what Ryukyu, the heart I have is artificial. Inko, so that story at the meeting Ryukyu was actually about me. I was diagnosed with a heart disease. The best doctors couldn't even save me and the weak artificial hearts they could give me didn't actually exist even though they say they do. Izumi, so false advertisement. Ryukyu, yes, so I was broken and couldn't accept my death just yet, and that is when Izuku appeared in my room when I got home. He asked if he saved me would I follow him. I didn't hesitate and said yes. He brought me to Chaplin who had the artificial heart ready and then I was alive after he put it in. I swore my loyalty, of course I had to really show it by completing a task. Mirko, same with me. Izumi, how long ago? Ryukyu, 3 years ago. Chaplin, okay, Ryukyu, help with Mirko's leg please as Chaplin and Ryukyu put Mirko's leg back on as she gets up as liquid skin came out of the arm and leg and made it look normal. Inko, that is handy. Mirko, Dr. Chaplin here is the best. Chaplin, ah shucks. Izumi, Dr. Chaplin, why do you follow 𝗬𝗧𝗟𝗘? Chaplin, oh well, because he gave me my dream. Inko, what do you mean? Chaplin, when I was in college no one believed in me and called me stupid. When I got a job at a high-end tech company I thought I would be part of the science, but no, I was used as a cleaner. 𝗧𝗟𝗘 appeared and said he was watching me and sees my talent as a scientist and offered me a job. I took it and helped him take over the robotic foot from his 𝗬𝗧𝗟 that he planned to betray to become the 𝗧𝗟𝗘. Izumi, so he took the name 𝗧𝗟𝗘 for himself. Chaplin, yes, I finally had my dream job to be the head scientist to take my talents to new heights, and it's all thanks to 𝗬𝗧𝗟𝗘. I will never betray him. Mirko, good, because if you betray him I will personally kill you before Izuku orders it. Ryukyu, no, I would, as both glare at each other as Inko and Izumi realize that both have feelings for him. Mirko, that also means you too as Mirko and Ryukyu look at Inko and Izumi. Ryukyu, if we find out you plan or try to betray us you will not live long. Mirko, I will slice you in half with my leg that my ancestor gave me if you do. Inko, we would never. Izumi, we will follow him and do whatever he asks to be a family again. Mirko, Good, now I must go. Izuku gave me a task and I must complete it right away. As Mirko presses her foot necklace twice as her foot nanosuit forms as she walks away and disappears. Ryukyu. She can never wait to please Izuku when he gives her a task. Chaplain. You're the same Ryukyu. True. Anyway, let's talk some more. Inko and Izumi, I want to see for myself if you won't betray him. As they talk as we cut to Mirko in a helicopter flying to the location of her target. Sis won this bet. Night Eye's point of view. After I cut ties with All Might after seeing his death, I saw a man in my vision calling himself the Shredder. I spent my days trying to find out who he is to save All Might, but no luck. But now with Aizawa's help I learned the Shredder's true identity, and what I can't believe is that it is Izuku. Narrator's point of view. We see Mirko walking up to Izuku as she knees and tells Izuku that the task is completed, which made him happy. We now cut to Aizawa and Night Eye as they were just told about the villain's death. Aizawa. And it how Night Eye. His foot are impressive. Aizawa. I guess I mean they were able to kill him even with high alert security and him being watched. As Night Eye pulled up a video as they watched the foot kill the villain in his cell with 5 guards watching from the hall. Night Eye. They couldn't even react in time. Aizawa. Given it, these foot robots are programmed well. Night Eye. And the way they disappear is like they are using a quirk. Is it possible for robots to have a quirk? Aizawa. I don't know. Who knows? With the science behind them we can't even tell what they are made of. Night Eye. Calm down, Aizawa. We can still prove that Orokusaki is Izuku and the Shredder if we find someone with a symbol. As Aizawa looks at Night Eye. Aizawa. You okay? Just then Aizawa saw a foot appear as it pulls out a sword from Night Eye's back. Female foot. That should shut him up. Aizawa. Why, you're a female foot? I am an elite foot soldier who is human and serves my emperor loyal. Take his death as a lesson. Do not cross the Shredder. As Aizawa actives his quirk and looks at the female foot. Aizawa. You may be skilled, but what can you do without your quirk? Female foot. This as she starts to turn invisible as Aizawa stops using his quirk and is shocked that she isn't using a quirk and that the female foot is completely gone. As Aizawa looks around and then gets hit into a wall, then gets smashes into Night Eye's desk. He then gets thrown through the door as he looks as the female foot turns off her invisibility and looks at Aizawa. Female foot. You don't realize it, but your Shredder has already won the battle. Showed Aizawa. You would do well if you don't get in his way again. As she disappears as Night Eye's sidekicks and Mirio come running as they see Aizawa beaten and bloody and then see Sir Night Eye dead as they freak out. As we cut to the female foot walking up to Izuku, who was drinking tea, as Mirko, Ryukyu, Inko and Izumi are standing next to him as the female foot knees down and bows female foot. It is done. Never. Izuku. Sir Night Eye is dead. Female foot. Yes, Izuku. Excellent work, 𝗔𝗓𝗧𝗪. As the female foot takes off her mask to show 𝗔𝗓𝗧 as Izuku stands up as everyone knees down. Izuku. With a dangerous piece now off the board, he won't be able to see your futures or the plans I have. 𝗔𝗓𝗧𝗪. Our Shredder, can I please leave? I need to keep up my innocent girlfriend act for Mirio. He is probably broken and calling me after Night Eye's death. Izuku. You may leave. As 𝗔𝗓𝗧𝗪 bows her head and stands up and leaves as Izuku walks to the window and looks down upon the city. Izuku. What is your next move, heroes? How will you try and stop me? As we cut to the hospital with Endeavor, Nizu, GT, RG, Katsumi and Shoka talking with Aizawa as he is recovering. Aizawa. He has humans actually following him as Foot. Endeavor, who would follow him. GT, Inko and Izumi. Katsumi. No, Izumi and Auntie wouldn't kill for him, right? Shoka. Katsumi. They already did with Mike and Kirishima to show loyalty to him and so they can be a family with him. Katsumi. You're right. Aizawa. That wasn't Inko or Izumi. She wasn't tall enough to be Inko or as short as Izumi. RG. So we have to be careful. Endeavor. Why? GT. Because if some of the foot are actually human we can't use the gloves. Endeavor. I am not using those gloves because he is the one that made them. Aizawa. We understand that we don't either. But he got us in a box. We start saying that the Shredder made them without proof. We look bad on accusing a hero to the people. Orokusaki, who has a clean record since Bjartich, that he is a villain. GT. That would make us look crazy and lose the respect we have to the citizens we swore to protect. Nizu. I even got Power Loader to look in the gloves, but nothing, no trace of tampering to harm or anything that can leak information, so like Aizawa said, we would just look crazy to accuse Orokusaki to being the Shredder. Katsumi. He meant it. If we didn't listen to my brother and bully him, maybe he wouldn't have been evil. Shoka. We created a monster because of our stupid idea. Endeavor. You're dimmin' right, you did. RG. Endeavor. It's true. Same with that idiot All Might. neglecting his son because he didn't have a quirk cause him to have such a deep hate that he became a demon, the demon shredder Izuku. Yeah, and now we have to suffer for his stupidity and yours. As Izuku looked at Katsumi and Shoka as they looked down 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi joined him because he offered to be a family. He is probably using them, but Nizu, losing Izuku because of their mistake probably caused so much metal damage that given the chance they took it even if he just uses them GT. But again with the other female foot, who do you think she is, and how many other human foot soldiers do you think are with him? Izuku. I don't know, I am afraid to find out from what happened as they continue to talk as we cut to 𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 with Mirio as he is crying as she comforts him as she opens her purse to grab a tissue as we see a foot necklaces before she closes her purse. 𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘's point of view: when you look at me, what do you see? A innocent girl who wouldn't even think about being a villain, but you would be wrong. I lost my innocence long ago. I only acted innocent because I was hiding the truth. Growing up my father was cruel and a drinker, and one night when I was 15 he was going to do something to me, but then the man named 𝗏𝗏 came from the shadows and saved me, gave me an open hand and told me he will protect me if I serve him, and with that my life was dedicated to serve my MC or Shredder. Narrator's point of view: it has been a few days since 𝗏𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 killed Night Eye and we see a big crowd of people outside the Tokyo agency with a big sheet over something as the head of the Hero Association comes walking as everyone looks at him. Casey. Fellow citizens, we are here today to honor a hero that protected us from many dangerous threats. A symbol that gave us hope and symbol that we wish was still here. As the crowd looked down as Casey continued: Casey, the death of All Might was a shock to us all. He was never one to back down to save a life. He was a good man, a great husband and father to his only child. As we can see 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi standing on the stage as they had no facial expression when he said that. As Casey continued: Casey, we are here to honor All Might, but I would like to introduce the man that put this all together, Mr. 𝗏𝗏. As Izuku come walking up behind Casey as he shakes his hand and stands in front of the pedestal looking at the crowd as he can see everyone that knows his true identity, making him smirk as he speaks. So I should explain something: when Izuku is the Shredder, everyone can see his true face, the face we all know and love. But as 𝗏𝗏, he has a face mask that changes his face to that of the 2003 𝗏𝗏, but much younger. This is to hide his identity to the citizens. Only people that know who he really is can see his true face through the face mask. Easy way to think about it is the tech H.R. Wells from the Flash used to hide his identity from people outside Team Flash. Izuku, Saki, my fellow citizens, my name is 𝗏𝗏, and yes, I know my appearance is not what most expect from the richest man in Japan, but this isn't about me. We are here to honor All Might and mourn his death together. He was an inspiration to many, a great hero, a father to us all in the way he protected us from harm. I have only met All Might a few times over the years, and I remember seeing him and thinking, he is what true heroiness is. It pains me and everyone to know he is gone. As the crowd nods in agreement: Izuku, Saki, I funded this with my own money to honor him, and hope that this can still inspire people to be heroes. As Izuku takes his hand and moves it to show the sheet as it falls, and everyone can see a golden statue of All Might posing with his arms up, showing his strength. As the crowd starts clapping and some get teary-eyed: Izuku, Saki, this statue is now a symbol for us to know that even though he is gone, he watches over us and give us hope that the next generation of heroes can protect us like he did before. As the crowd starts to cheer because of what Izuku said as he looks at everyone: Izuku, Saki, the statue is not all I plan on doing to honor him. I am funding a program at UA to help even the quirkless people of this city to be heroes. This is what All Might asked of me the last time we talked, so to honor the wish he gave me, I will give this world a bright future for everyone who wishes to be a hero and protect us citizens. As the crowd cheers, as Izuku smiles and waves at the crowd: Izuku, Saki, now I believe there is only one thing left to say, something All Might always said to inspire us when he was in battle. It is only fitting we send him off with going beyond everyone. Plus ultra. Izuku, Saki, All Might, please rest in peace, and thank you for everything you have done for us. As Izuku walks off stage, as Casey goes back and thanks him, as we cut to after the event as we see Izuku walking to his limo with 𝗏𝗏 and Izumi as he hears someone call his name as he looks to see Endeavor. You have a lot of nerve acting like you did this because you respected him when you're the one that killed him. Izuku, Saki, I am sorry Mr. Endeavor, I have no idea what you are talking about. I am just honoring a fallen hero that gave us all hope. I am also quirkless, so I couldn't have the strength to fight All Might, let alone kill him, so accusing me of such accusations is hurtful and dishonoring to everything I have done to help Japan. I love the great people of Japan and would do anything to help them and to honor a man that was like a father to me and to the great people of Japan. As Inko opened the door to the limousine, as Izumi gets in first, as Izuku gets in after, as Inko closes the door, as walks to the driver's seat and gets in, as Izuku rolls down his window and looks at Endeavor. Izuku, Saki, please take care Endeavor, and I know it's early but congratulations on becoming number one. I wish it was under better circumstances that you became number one after you worked so strong, but you have a duty to these people now. You can't be so angry all the time. People are going to look up to you and hope you can defeat the Shredder. As Izuku rolls up his window as Inko takes off, leaving Endeavor peace beyond belief as he starts punching the wall because he can't do anything to Izuku because he outsmarted everyone and has a lot of influence on Japan. Endeavor Demon Yu Izuku, as we cut to Izuku back at his tower, as we see him with Inko and Izumi going up the elevator as it opens, as they see Eri waiting for them. Eri, father, you have returned. Izuku, Eri, my little girl, what can I do for you? Eri, I was wondering if I can go see the new Disney movie today. Izuku, of course you can. Snowball, as Eri was happy as she jumps around happy but then stops and calms herself. Eri, sorry father. Izuku, Eri, I told you, you don't have to act like this all the time, only when people that don't know the truth are around. Eri, okay papa, as Eri goes to him and hugs his leg. Eri, papa, can you come with me to see the movie? Izuku, of course. Snowball, Inko, can you cancel my meetings and schedule them later? Inko, of course. MST our Shredder. Izuku, thank you, now let's go. Snowball, Eri, yay, as they both leave as Inko and Izumi go do their task or train. As we cut to Izuku and Eri at the movies as she is jumping up and down, as everyone smiles to see this and smiles to see the great Orakusaki be not just a great man to the people of Japan but a great father to Eri. Endeavor's point of view, I was a horrible father to my kids when they were growing up. I pushed my oldest too much until it killed him. My twins I pushed to be my weapon for All Might, but after I met Izuku, he changed me. I started to see the error of my ways, but because of what I did to my kids they thought it was okay to bully Izuku, which caused him to hate the world and become someone so skilled and deadly. The Shredder, I wonder, could all this be my fault for how I acted? If I wasn't greedy for power, beating All Might and treated my kids so wrongly, would they have never treated Izuku like they did? Narrator's point of view, we see Izuku in the lab with Chaplin as he is about to show Izuku something. Chaplin, hey here Shredder, your new suit is ready. Izuku, excellent Dr. Chaplin, as we get a good look at the suit as Izuku smiles. Chaplin, the Utron metal and tech plus the core strength of OFA to make it 10 times stronger, heat-proof, cold-proof, has self-regeneration armor thanks to the nanotech built in if someone actually manages to damage it, plus the armor is easy to move and looks light and weak but strong and powerful, retractable blades, and can create weapons of any type you want if need, able to turn invisible, makes no sound for sneaking around, built-in gas mask, plus oxygen mask. I made sure to go all out. Izuku, I am very pleased. Dr. Chaplin, you simple never cease to amaze me. Chaplin, it's an honor for your praise. MCE our Shredder. Izuku, Dr. Chaplin, what do you want as a reward? Chaplin, sir, you already gave me everything I wanted for my previous work. I don't know what else I can ask for. Izuku, very well, now for our other conversation. Chaplin, oh yes, as Chaplin goes to some computers as Izuku walks to them, as well as Chaplin shows a scan of the world. Chaplin, that sword you are looking for, the sword of Izuku, the sword of Tengu. Chaplin, yes Tengu. It doesn't seem to be on Earth anymore. Izuku, perhaps the Utrons from my old emissary talked about before he put himself into the virtual world and was accidentally took the sword off world or destroyed it. Chaplin, our Shredder, if I might shade some light on not having the sword, I can possibly get someone to make you a new one. Izuku, really? Chaplin, there are these legendary blacksmiths deep in the mountains on an island called Tiahen. Not much people can find it, but I know where it is. I can go to it and get them to make you the sword. Izuku, will they make it? Chaplin, they say they will only make a weapon for someone that brings them a metal so rare it's like it's from the stars. Izuku, excellent Dr. Chaplin, I will allow you to go get my sword made. Chaplin, what a honor, sir, I will leave as soon as I can. Izuku, make sure that you do. I have somewhere to be. As Izuku leaves, as we cut to UA as we see everyone getting ready for the sports festival with what few students they have in Class 1A left as we see 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 sitting with Ryukyu and Mirko as they are watching and waiting for the sports festival to start as Midnight gets on the stage as the crowd cheers as she speaks Midnight. Now ladies and gentlemen, I know we had some strong times since the death of All Might, but let's still have faith that these future heroes we see here can be a bringer of peace as the crowd cheers as Midnight cracks her WHP Midnight. Now before we start, I would like to introduce a special guest. Someone that many of you know, someone who is so young but is helping bring Japan back to what it once was. Orikosaki as the crowd cheers as Katsumi and Shoka are confused on what to do right now as the heroes that know Izuku are looking at 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. He is a legitimate business person in the eyes of the people and is a sponsor for this year's festival. I couldn't do anything to stop him from coming as everyone looks to see Izuku in front of the students as Midnight his cheek making Mirko, Ryukyu. And even 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 mad as Izuku clears his throat. Izuku, Saki, well thank you for that Miss Midnight. I believe you just made my day and also made all the men in here jealous of me. Midnight. Anytime handsome Izuku, Saki, Anyway, I would like to say a few words before the festival starts. You young and promising heroes are our future. I might be the same age, but you are the future protectors of this country, and I would be honored to watch you all start your journey as heroes today. Also, if you don't make it far, remember failure is a lesson in disguise. Lose is a way to grow, and true strength is balance of exception. As Izuku bows to the students as people clap as Midnight his cheek again as Izuku just walks away as Midnight starts the festival. As we cut to the battle tournament as we see Izuku sitting with the teachers as the ones that don't know the truth talk with him, as the ones that do know watch him carefully as Izuku gets a call and excuses himself as he leaves as Endeavor follows him to see if he get any proof. Izuku, Saki, yes, what is it? As Endeavor pulls out his phone and record the conversation. Izuku, Saki, you fool, I said 50,000 to the orphanage, not 5,000. The 5,000 goes to fundraise at Fuyuki Elementary School to pay for their new library. As Endeavor is shocked, and this is a business call for his legitimate business as he puts his phone away. Izuku, Saki, it is quite alright and I am sorry for calling you a fool. I hope you can handle the rest. Thank you. As Izuku hangs up and turns. Izuku, disappoint Endeavor that it wasn't one of my foot as Endeavor goes wide-eyed and steps out just to see Izuku gone. Endeavor, demented as we cut to Izuku in an empty room as he calls Inko. Izuku, Shredder, Inko, execute Operation Utron. Inko, phone. Of course, Mr. Shredder. As Izuku hangs up and walks to the stands again as we cut to the rewards as we see Katsumi in first place, Shoka in second and Momo in third as Midnight makes an announcement. Midnight. Ladies and gentlemen, the man giving the reward is the main sponsor of the sports festival, Orikosaki. As Katsumi and Shoka jump a little as Izuku walks to the stage, grabs the medals and goes to Momo. Izuku, Saki, it gives me pleasure to hand you this third place medals for your strong work and a show of your talents today, Miss Yaoyorozu. As Momo bows as Izuku puts the medal around her neck. Momo, thank you, Mr. Saki. As Izuku nods and goes to Shoka, who doesn't know what to do. Izuku, Saki, Miss Todoroki, you show impressive skill with your quirk but lack in the strength department. When it comes to hand, it would be smart to learn a type of fighting style. I recommend ninjutsu. Shoka, thank you sir for the advice. As Shoka bows as Izuku puts the second place medal around her neck, but before he moved back. Izuku, not much of a punching bag anymore, my Shoka, now that I am the Shredder. As Shoka moves back fast, but Izuku catches her. Izuku, Saki, sorry if I scared you. I didn't think me calling you appealing would make you jump back. As the crowd goes oh as Izuku goes to Katsumi and does the same thing, but Katsumi didn't move back. Izuku, Saki, now everybody let's give a round of applause to 𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘 Orikosaki as everyone looks to see someone, a man in armor. As Izuku's past go wide-eyed and can't believe they are looking at. This wasn't a bet. I realized this chapter was short, so I decided to post it for you all, so enjoy. Nisa's point of view. I believed I was the smartest person on earth, but I guess that is because I never spent time with Izuku. His planning, his intellect, he is always 15 steps ahead of. Anyway, I want to believe we still have a fighting chance, but if I am being honest, I think we already lost. Narrator's point of view as we start off right where we left off with everyone look at the Shredder on top of the roof of the area of the sport festival as Izuku's past looks at him and are confused on what is going on as the Shredder jumps down as foot soldiers appear as the heroes jump into action and start fighting the foot but are having a strong time as Izuku walks up to the Shredder. As the Shredder does the same. Shredder, You have been a thorn in my side helping the heroes Izuku, Saki. I will always stand on the side of good from nutjobs like you Shredder. Those who stand against me shall fall as Shredder goes for the kill as a clash sound was heard as everyone looks to see Izuku blocking the Shredder's attack with a small katana making everyone even the Shredder shocked. Izuku, Saki. I study under my master who taught me that fighting for what's right is what makes it true. Master of ninjutsu as Izuku pushes the Shredder back. Shredder. You will fall as Shredder and Izuku go at it as the heroes are more motivated to fight the foot and start pushing them back letting the citizens escape as Izuku's pass don't fight but watch Katsumi. What the hell is going on Shoka? Izuku and the Shredder fighting but he just. At the pet ace, what is going on Nizu? I don't know could there be more than one Shredder Aizawa? I don't know anymore Endeavor. Izuku is also holding his own could it be because the other Shredder is on his level or as they continue to watch confused and what's going on as we see Izuku kicking but against the Shredder and the Shredder tries to kill him Shredder. How is this possible I killed All Might but you a weak quirkless boy is beating me Izuku, Saki with a balance in both spirit and mind even the weak can move mountains and fight great evil as Izuku slices Shredder making him stumble back as he looks at Izuku Shredder. You win this battle Orokusaki but we will meet again. Foot disappear as the foot stop fighting the heroes and run off as Izuku puts away his small katana and then falls to one knee as Ryukyu go to him Mr. Saki are you alright Izuku, Saki. I am fine the Shredder is tougher than I expected I am just a little exhausted Ryukyu. Would you like us to take you back to your home just in case they decide to attack again Izuku, Saki, I would appreciate that as picks up Izuku and starts walking away as the heroes stop them random hero. Mr. Saki you were amazing you got guts fighting the man that killed All Might without having a quirk random hero too. We are behind you 100% of the way in this battle against the Shredder as the heroes start saying how brave Orokusaki is Izuku as he looks behind him to see his past and smirks as takes him away as Aizawa kicked the ground Aizawa. Demand it Katsumi. What Aizawa? He played us Shoka. How Endeavor. The Shredder he fought had to have been a robot programmed to fight Izuku and lose to gain favor of the heroes thinking he is a protector Nizu, and with the fight being record because we never turned off the cameras the world watched Orokusaki fight the Shredder so meaning Katsumi. Meaning that if we say he is the Shredder then Shoka. There is video evidence saying other wish. Aizawa. And every hero besides us bought it Endeavor. Not like we could have said he was the Shredder with him covering his tracks so well Nizu, what can we do he keeps gaining power as Orokusaki and behind closed doors he is planning his plan as the Shredder Aizawa. We wait everyone looked at Aizawa. We wait for him to make his move and then we fight and win Endeavor. Sadly that is all we can do as we cut to Izuku in the back of his limo with Mirko and Ryukyu as Izuku is holding a glass of wine as he passes it to Mirko and then one to Ryukyu, then gets on himself Izuku. I believe that went better than I thought Mirko. Of course Mr. Shredder these heroes ate up you fighting, the Shredder, like candy Ryukyu. You have gained the trust of the people even more since the fight was live Izuku. Gaining the trust of these weak-minded citizens are nothing to meaningful just a cover for my operations Mirko. Of course 𝗏𝗏𝗏, our Shredder now what do you plan on doing next Izuku? That my dear is my secret Mirko. Of course our Shredder Ryukyu. Our Shredder Izuku. What Ryukyu? If it be too bold of me to ask but shouldn't you find someone to announce as your wife or girlfriend so other companies can't try and ask you to marry their daughters as Izuku takes a sip of his wine as Mirko perks up hearing that as Ryukyu being the one that said it was turning red Izuku. Not a bad idea. Other rich families will try to get me to marry their daughters so saying I have a girlfriend. We'll keep them away Mirko. I can do it Ryukyu. I see our Shredder since I came up with the idea allow me to be the one Izuku. I will need to think about it Mirko. Of course our Shredder Ryukyu. Please take your time and our Shredder to decide Mirio's point of view ever since I was saved as a kid my dream was to be a hero. To save 1 million people but I couldn't even save my mentor Sir Knight I failed my mission before it even started because of Shredder the Shredder, Orokusaki. Izuku Mr. Aizawa told me who he is after the funeral and now I must stop him as I look up to see Saki Tower his death will be by my hand narrator's point of view as we see Mirio sneaking around Saki Tower avoiding the cameras and guards as he uses his quirk to gain entrance to the tower as he looks up Mirio. Top floor is where he will be. Shredder, I will kill you as 𝗵𝐸 starts shooting himself up using his quirk, going through the floor heading to the top as we cut to Izuku. Do you understand 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗡? I understand 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗘 or Shredder that I will be your fake girlfriend for your business outside the Foot Clan Izuku? Good 𝗵𝐸. Enter Shredder if I can why 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗡. She is the perfect cover. The story is I got to know her because I hired 𝗏𝗏 as my secretary and she helps out when she can, and with no one knowing who I am besides the people who knows there is no connection to me and her, plus with the face mask that Dr. Chaplin made makes my face look different to people that don't know me, so there is no similarities between us. Ryukyu. Either we get that, but why not choose me or Mirko Izuku? Because if one of the top heroes start dating Orokusaki, you will be met with many questions from the press and heroes might make connections to you being the female foot that started to appear, mainly my past. So that means they will confront you, and I know you too. Your loyalty to me will make you pieces when they start saying I am evil, and that you should help take me down. Mirko. We understand now. MC or Shredder. Ryukyu. Sorry for questioning your choice. Izuku doesn't say anything as he just drinks in tea and closes his eyes as he puts down his tea. Izuku. Foot disappear as Mirko. Ryukyu and Izumi look at Izuku as they quickly nod and disappear in the shadows as 𝗵𝐸 popped out of the floor and lands and looks at Izuku, who again just drinks his tea. Izuku. Shredder. What do I owe this pleasure? 𝗵𝐸 Tokaga. Oh wait, you're in your hero costume. I should call you lemillion 𝗵𝐸. Orokusaki. Shredder. Izuku stands up and walks to the window and looks upon the city. Izuku. Shredder. I see Aizawa told you who I am. 𝗵𝐸. That is right, and I came here to put an end to you, Shredder, and the female foot that you ordered to kill my mentor, the man I looked up to as a father. I am here to avenge Sir Knight I. As Izuku turns to lemillion and starts clapping. Izuku. Shredder. Heroes and their speeches about avenging someone close to them as Izuku walked to the center of the room, still far away from 𝗵𝐸. As he stops Izuku. Shredder. It is a shame you won't live long to teach the next generation of heroes your bravery. 𝗵𝐸. The only one dying today is you. Izuku. Shredder. We will see. As Izuku snaps his fingers as a female foot appears by jumping from the ceiling as she stands in front of Izuku. Izuku. Shredder. This is the female foot that killed Knight. She will be your opponent. Beat her to earn the right to face the Shredder. As 𝗵𝐸 looks at the female foot and smirk. 𝗵𝐸. With pleasure, I wanted to kill her first anyway. As 𝗵𝐸 starts running to the female foot and activates his quirk to go into the floor, but nothing happens as he stops and is confused as he is then met with a back kick in the stomach from the female foot, sending him into a pillar as he falls to the ground and looks. 𝗵𝐸. My quirk. Izuku. Shredder. You didn't come prepared. lemillion 𝗵𝐸. What did you do? Izuku. Shredder. This room is filled with quirk canceling sensors that Dr. Chaplin created. Based of the quirk canceling cuffs the police use. 𝗵𝐸. But I was able to get in here. Izuku. Shredder. Yes you were, because people with quirk that can go through walls and stuff can get in but can't get out. 𝗵𝐸. So that means. Izuku. Shredder. Yes you are trapped in here and the only way out is death. As 𝗵𝐸 stands up and gets in a fighting stance. 𝗵𝐸. Yeah, your death. Izuku. Shredder. Brave boy, don't you think? Female foot. I do. Amistier. Shredder. Izuku. Shredder. Play with him. Female foot. As you wish. As the female foot starts to turn invisible as 𝗵𝐸 is shocked. 𝗵𝐸. In it I forgot Aizawa said she can turn invisible. Before he could finish he was sent flying into a different pillar. Them was meant with another hit sending him in the wall as 𝗵𝐸 tried to fight by just punching or kicking the air but can't hit anything as he gets hit over and over as he was sent to the feet of Izuku as he starts clapping as the female foot stops being invisible. 𝗵𝐸 slowly looks up, beaten badly. Izuku turns and walks away from him as he goes and takes a seat and drinks his tea as the female foot get in front of 𝗵𝐸. Izuku. Shredder. Excellent work 𝗏𝗏. Hearing the name 𝗏𝗏, 𝗵𝐸 goes wide-eyed as he looks at the female foot take off her mask to show it was 𝗏𝗏 as 𝗵𝐸 starts crying. 𝗵𝐸. Babe. 𝗏𝗏. I was never you, babe. I only dated you because you corned me in our second year at you. You even wonder why I didn't really do anything with you. 𝗵𝐸. Crying. I say. Serve him. 𝗏𝗏. Because he saved me from my father. 𝗵𝐸. Crying. At 𝗏𝗏. My father was cure and a drinker. He would abuse my mother and me. My mom couldn't take it and killed herself, leaving me alone. My father would hit me if I acted up or when he got drunk, which was every day. One day when I turned 15 he started touching me. I wanted to fight but I couldn't because I was too scared. But then Shredder appeared from the shadows and hurt my father but didn't kill him. He offered me his hand with a warm smile, and told me he would protect me and that I will never be alone again if I serve him. I accepted without hesitating, and all I had to do to prove my loyalty was killing my old man 𝗓𝗡, crying, he is using you 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟𝗘. He can use me if he wants. I would die if he asked me to. I will kill when he asks. He is my savior. He is my 𝗬𝗧. He is the man I wish one day I can be with 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟𝗘, crying, we mean 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟. Yes, 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟, I love 𝗬𝗧 and I will do anything for him. As 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟 couldn't say anything else as Izuku speaks. Izuku, 𝗧𝗱𝗏, you see 𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗡, I am not as evil as you think I am. My appealing female foot soldiers are all human, not robots. They all had horrible things happen and I offered them a choice to join me, which they took. 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟, crying, why, you're a madman. Izuku, 𝗧𝗱𝗏, in the shadows, yes I am, but this world sees me as a hero to the people with everything I fund and do for them. See, I already took over Japan, I am just waiting for the heroes to catch up. As 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟 tried to get up one more time or use his quirk to escape but fails as 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟 pulls out her katana and points it at 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟's neck. 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟, your death will be quick. As 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟 goes for the kill but stops when Izuku claps. Izuku, 𝗧𝗱𝗏, I have a better idea. His quirk is useful. Take him to the lab and put him in the experimental cell so when Dr. Chaplin returns he can extract his quirk and make copies to put into our foot tech soldiers and into your suits. 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗏, of course 𝗬𝗧𝗟. As 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟 puts her katana away as two robotic foot appear and drag 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗟 away as he takes one last look at 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟 as he sees her kneel to Izuku as he closes his eyes as the door closes behind him. 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟, 𝗧𝗱𝗏, I hope you are pleased with the demonstration of my loyalty. Izuku, I never need to question your loyalty to me, my dear 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟. Same with 𝗓𝗏𝗧 and �ryukyū, you all have proven to me your loyalty far too many times. As 𝗓𝗏𝗧, �ryukyū and Izumi appear. Even you. Izumi gave me WhatIf so Dr. Chaplin can extract its core so we can put it in our foot soldiers and your suits, and more importantly my suit. Izumi, anything for you. 𝗬𝗧𝗟. Izuku, I believe I can trust you with this mission. Izumi, what is it? 𝗬𝗧𝗟, I will get it done. Izuku, good, I will be sending you to New York City. Izumi, New York. Izuku, yes, see, in New York we have scanned that there are still remnants of the 𝗂𝗏𝗏's hideout and inside there is a special item I want you to retrieve for me. Izumi, of course sir. Izuku, now don't get it on you. It is a special mutagen that changes the biological structure in your DNA to mutant you into any animal or anything living creature besides human. Izumi, I will be careful. 𝗬𝗧𝗟 and will leave right away. Izuku, good. As Izumi leaves to go prepare for her mission as Izuku drinks his tea. Izuku, 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟, you might want to go back to UA and wait a bit and come up with something when they find out 𝗓𝗡𝗡 is missing. 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟, yes, 𝗬𝗡𝗡. 𝗧𝗱�𝗏, as 𝗔𝗨𝗧𝗟 leaves as 𝗓𝗏𝗧 and �ryukyū are told to go train by Izuku as they nod and leave as Izuku drinks his tea. Just then a foot soldier comes in and kneels down as we see that this one is female foot. 𝗬𝗧𝗟, I have returned from my mission. Izuku, report. Female foot, we have found the 𝗓𝗏𝗏 bunker that was left from long ago that 𝗂𝗏𝗏 didn't find. Izuku, excellent work, and where is your partner? Female foot, she is making sure the tech is taken care of and placed in the vault. Izuku, good. Female foot, if you excuse me 𝗬𝗧𝗟, I have to return home so I can take call my brat saying I am home. Izuku, you may go. Mitsuki, as the new female foot takes off her mask and we see it is Mitsuki as she bows and leaves Aizawa's point of view. Do you ever believe that destiny is cruel and fate also, like was the sweet innocent boy I used to know until he was destined to turn evil? Was it his fate to become the 𝗧𝗱𝗏 due to being quirkless? It makes you question, can you really save everyone or will you fail? I believe I can still save him even though he had my best friend killed, had one of my students killed and killed All Might himself. I still believe I can save him, but as I said, destiny and fate can be cruel. Can I save him or will I have to end him? Narrator's point of view, we see Aizawa going over files of the foot that other heroes have taken in his house as we see someone give him a cup of coffee. We see it's 𝗔𝗏𝗏 wearing Aizawa's shirt with no buttons, only her panties. He takes the cup and takes a sip as she sits down looking at the picture and some files. 𝗔𝗏𝗏, find anything on what they might be planning or anything to prove Orokusaki is Izuku. Aizawa, no, he is, as he said to us after the meeting, non-existent. That idiot All Might cared more about his reputation than taking responsibility for neglecting his son, that he erased Izuku from ever existing on record. 𝗔𝗏𝗏, I still can't believe he would go that far. Aizawa, Emi, as Aizawa said her name, she could hear the dread and sadness in his voice as she held his hand as he cupped it with both hands. Aizawa, I am scared that the only way to stop Izuku is to put an end to 𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏 didn't say the rest of the sentence, but 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 understood what he was getting at and she thought the same as him but didn't want to say it out loud. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, honey, I hate the idea just as much as you and I pray that it never comes to that, but if it does. She didn't finish her sentence as she just cupped Aizawa's hands. Also, after what seemed like hours but was only 5 minutes, they let go of each other's hands and looked at more pictures and files of the foot soldiers as 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 looked at one picture of 2 female foot soldiers. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, what is that symbol with these two? As she showed Aizawa, he took it and looked. We see a big tanker with a symbol that was black and red and was kind of like a T that was also maybe kind of looking like a triceratops in a way. Aizawa, not sure actually, that was taken about 3 days ago. It's not the foot logo but the 2 female foot were very careful and on grand the whole time. That is the only picture the hero Jet Burst could take before they found him and attacked him. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, could it be some other underground organization that supplies the foot with tech? Aizawa, that could be it. I mean, we still don't know where this level of tech comes from, as Aizawa takes notes on the logo to show the others and that it might be the source of the tech the Shredder uses. As 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 looks at other pictures as she notices a picture of a street gang. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, who are these? As Aizawa looks at the picture and takes it. Aizawa, a group of thugs that go by the Purple Dragons. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, okay, but do they have anything to do with Izuku? Aizawa, they do. Look as Aizawa moves some paper and pictures around as he grabs a picture on a big large man with long blonde hair in a ponytail and gives it to 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 as she looks at it. Aizawa, that is Hun. He is the leader of the Purple Dragons, tough guy with his quirk. It's a strength quirk that could reveal all might in his prime. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, okay, again, what does he and the Purple Dragons have to do with Izuku? Aizawa, look on his right arm. As she looked, she saw the foot symbol on his arm as she looked at Aizawa. Aizawa, he is working for Izuku. We believe he doesn't know the truth about Izuku's true identity. One hero was able to follow him one time and she found out Hun is completely terrified by Izuku when he gets mad and is completely loyal to Izuku, or I mean the Shredder. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, why would Izuku need to have a group of thugs with him? Aizawa, what we found out about the Purple Dragons is that they own half of underground black markets. They've been stealing a lot on money. Also, it is probably how Izuku pays for all the underground deals with stolen money. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, but he is the richest man in Japan and is almost the richest in other countries. Why get them to steal money for him? Aizawa, that money Izuku has is for his legitimate business. He used the stolen money for underground business. I seen it happen many times before. It's always a smart move to keep police and heroes off your tail. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, I see. Anything else? Like, have you figure out who might the female foot are and how many? Aizawa grabs his notes and looks through them. Aizawa, so far I think there are maybe 4 or 5. The one that killed Night Eye, the one that killed the villain we were going to use to help us, those 2 new ones in the picture with the symbol, and not sure if it a new one, but there is talk about a female foot scene with the hero killer stain. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, alright, and judging by how all the male foot are robots, the female ones are actually human. Aizawa, possible we can't be too sure the one that killed Night Eye was human, but that doesn't mean the others are also. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, true. As 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 looks around and sees a missing poster as she grabs it and looks at it. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, still no word on where Mirio is. Aizawa looked down sad. Aizawa, no, for the others heroes that don't know, but I know where he is. I told him the truth and I am pretty sure he went after Izuku, but that was 3 days ago. So 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, he might not be returning or is captured. Aizawa, yeah. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 looked down and then looked at the clock on the wall and saw the time. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, we should get to bed, it's already 2 am. Aizawa looked at the time and saw it was 2 am as he looks at the files again, but 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 gets up and takes his hand. 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, come on, you need to get your mind off of this for now and sleep, and maybe before we sleep I can help release some of that stress in you. Aizawa, maybe you're right. As they go into their bedroom as 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 gets Aizawa to sit on the bed as she gets on her knees and starts taking off his, as we cut to Izuku as we see Izuku drinking tea as a large man comes walking in and kneels in front of Izuku. Izuku, Shredder, Hun. Herr Shredder. Izuku, Shredder, report Hun. Sir, I am sorry to report that several of my men were taken out by Endeavor and we lost the money. As Izuku looked at Hun with a calm face, but Hun, no, he was Hun. One did manage to escape, the one that was leading the others on this heist. Izuku, Shredder, bring him to me. Just then the door opened and 2 foot soldiers dragged the said Purple Dragon member and forced him to kneel in front of Izuku as Hun got up and smiled and walked next to Izuku. Purple Dragon member, Please sir, I am sorry Endeavor. He caught us off guard as Izuku grabbed his steel claw that was next to him as he put it on his left hand and stood up and pointed at the purple dragon member. Izuku, Shredder, you have failed me PDM. Please sir, I won't fail you again as he bows his head and touches the floor with his forehead as Izuku steps in front of him. Izuku, Shredder, you're right, you won't fail me again as the purple dragon member looks up and goes pale in fear. Izuku, Shredder, ever PDM. Peel please sir, no 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 as we hear the purple dragon member screaming in the room as we cut to morning back at Aizawa's place as we see him and Ms. Joke in bed with the covers on cuddling as they slept from a passionate night. Shoka's point of view. Karma, what goes around comes around. Well, me and 𝗏𝗧𝗟𝗧𝗟𝗔 hate ourselves because of what we did to the man we loved. We bullied to him thinking we were protecting him, but in reality we killed him. Killed his dream to be a hero and killed his love for us. If he even had any love for us, well, karma came back for us, and well, it is the form of Izuku, the innocent boy I loved, turning into the Shredder so cold and heartless that he killed his own father, tricked Izumi and Inko to join him to be a family by killing. Now I don't know what to do. That I am doing something I haven't done in a long time. See my mom for advice. Narrator's point of view. We see Shoka on the bus as it stops and Shoka gets off. She walks into the hospital that her mom Rei is at as he walks up to the receptionist. Shoka, hello, my name is Shoka Todoroki. I am here to see my mom Rei Todoroki as the nurse looked at Shoka confused as Shoka was confused why the nurse was confused. Nurse, I am sorry but Rei Todoroki died 4 years ago. We contacted her husband Enji Todoroki about it. I thought he told you. Shoka was frozen hearing this. Endeavor never told her Rei was dead. Shoka, W at nurse, I am sorry to tell you this. I thought your father told you. Shoka, H, how is she? Nurse, I am afraid it was suicide. The night nurse was doing her rounds and she found Rei bleeding from her wrist from a filed-down toothbrush. Shoka broke down crying as the nurse helped her to a chair and stayed with her until she was calm. As we cut to Izuku drinking his tea as a female foot walks up and kneels as she takes off her mask, and we see that it is Rei. Izuku, the Triceratone tech is secured in the vault. Izuku, excellent, thank you Rei for taking care of it. Rei, anything for you. Izuku, you helped me fake my death at that stupid hospital. After that beast put me in it. He killed my firstborn Tuya and made those two brats weapons. When they started to turn into him I couldn't look at them anymore, so I had to burn them. Izuku, they deserved it. Rei, Fuyumi and Natsuo are my only children left and I am so grateful that you gave them jobs at your American branch. Izuku, they were kind to me. Rei, I am glad. As Rei stood up as Izuku stood up. Izuku, Rei, come with me as Izuku walks to the hidden passage. As Rei follows they go to the lab and then walk to a corner. As Izuku presses a button, another hidden door opens. As Izuku and Rei walk in we see cells with clear walls so we can see the prisoners. Izuku starts walking down the hall as we can see that there are 4 people in the cells, one being Mirio, who was still broken from finding out Nijire is afoot, as we see 13 outside her hero suit sitting on the floor crying. Izuku stops as Rei looks to see in one of the cells a young boy about Izuku's age with red and white hair chained and beaten. As Rei looks and smiles. Rei, Shoto. Izuku, yes, and also him. As Izuku points to another cell as Rei see that it's Katsuki, but she also sees someone else in the cell. She can't tell who it is and then sees electricity going off as Katsuki screams in pain as it stops. As Rei sees the other person move in front of Katsuki and Rei sees that it is Mitsuki torturing Katsuki. Izuku, you may torture Shoto if you like. Rei, after all he also hurt you in many ways because of his lovely personality. As Rei rubs her arm she remembers the times Shoto used his fire to burn her after she tried to tell him not to attack the animals that came by the house, the times Shoto also pushed her down the stairs because she didn't let him have cookies, the times he froze her in the bath, and many other things. Rei, I would love to hurt that brat again. Izuku, have fun. As Izuku walks away Rei goes into the cell and starts to torture Shoto as Mitsuki stops torturing Katsuki and goes after Izuku. Izuku as he stops and looks at Mitsuki, who was smiling. Mitsuki, do you have a mission for me? Izuku, no, all missions are being taken care of. Mitsuki, alright. Mitsuki was sad about that as Izuku walked away as Mitsuki followed. Mitsuki, Izuku, you know all I want to do it please you and show you my loyalty. Izuku, I know that you and Rei are like that just like the others. After what Katsuki did to you with Katsumi I understand. Mitsuki, you took me in after Katsuki figure out a way to get Masaru to cheat on me because I was punishing him for what he did to you. He somehow convinced Masaru to cheat on me with a girl at work who is just like him, too scared to say no to that brat. After that I was kicked out and broken, then you found me at the hotel and took me, and I thought I wouldn't be happy again, but joining the foot I am finally happy again. Izuku. I am glad, Mitsuki, but I need to ask, what do you feel for Katsumi? Mitsuki. She had no part in Katsuki's plan, but she did know about it but didn't stop it. She is to blame. Just as much as that brat, but I pretend I still care for her as you told me to. Izuku. And what if I kill her? Mitsuki. I would be sad, but not that much to betray you. I am loyal. Izuku. I know. As Izuku walks but to the main room of the top floor as he kneels down and drinks his tea as Mitsuki stands next to him as we cut to Shoka yelling at Endeavor. Shoka. You knew was dead, just admit it, you busy. Endeavor. Sweetie, I swear I didn't. I never got a call from them. I am just finding this out also. As Shoka has tears in her eyes as she calms down. Shoka. How could we not know? Endeavor. I don't know, sweetie, but we will find out what happened. Shoka. What? Endeavor. I don't believe Rei killed herself. I believe someone killed her. Shoka. What? Endeavor. And I believe it was Izuku. Shoka. And no, he loved mom. He would never. Endeavor. He loved his father, but he still killed him. Shoka. You're right. Endeavor. Sweetie, when the times comes I will kill Izuku. Shoka. But we can save him. Endeavor. No, we can't. I am going to kill him and protect what's left of my family. Sis won the bet yesterday, so you all get 17 also. Endeavor's point of view. Izuku has gone too far. He killed Rei. I might have been a crappy father and husband, but I loved Rei, and now that Izuku killed her I have to protect what is left of my family, and for that I need to end the reign of the Shredder to murder Izuku. Narrator's point of view. We see Izuku looking upon the city as it's raining and lightning is surrounding the building as we see Mirko walk up to Izuku and kneel. Mirko. And our Shredder Dr. Chaplin has returned. Izuku. Excellent. As Izuku turns to Mirko and walks to the hidden entrance as Mirko follows as they get into the lab as Chaplin is waiting. He bows when he sees Izuku. Chaplin. Hey, your Shredder, I have what you wanted. As Chaplin grabs a chase and opens it to show a sword as Izuku grabs the hilt as he examines it and smirks. Izuku. Excellent work, Dr. Chaplin, as Izuku points it forward as it starts to glow and give off powerful energy as the lights in the lab start to flicker as Izuku points at some old robotic foot and shoots a blast, instantly destroying them. Izuku. Just as the ninja said to be descendants of goblins, behold the goblin sword, the sword of Tengu. As Mirko and Chaplin get on one knee and bow as Izuku starts to laugh. Izuku. Now that I have the sword of Tengu, no hero can stop me. Mirko. No hero or villain could stop you before Mr. Shredder. Chaplin. That is right, Mr. Shredder, but with the sword you can rule not just Japan but the whole world. Izuku. That is my plan, Dr. Chaplin. Now for your reward you may take time off to do whatever you wish. Chaplin. Thank you, Mr. Shredder, but I think I will stick around and work on extracting this Mirio Togata's quirk to put into the foot suit of the girls and yours, Mr. Shredder. Izuku. Very well, and one last thing, Izumi will return in 2 days with that mutagen we talked about. Chapin. I will get the test subjects ready then, sir, and I will also extract 13's black hole quirk to see if I can fuse it with Utron tech to make an intergalactic warp gate. Izuku. Good, now I must go. I have a meeting with you to talk about the fight I had with the Shredder. Mirko. Mr. Shredder, can I join you for the ride? Izuku. I suppose. As Izuku puts the sword of Tengu back in the case and closes it and leaves with Mirko as Chaplin starts to work, we cut to Izuku walking into the meeting room with Mirko as she goes to sit next to Ryukyu and Nijire, who was fake crying. Casey. Mr. Saki, thank you for joining. Izuku. Saki. Of course, my friend. What have you discussed so far about the Shredder? Casey. Nothing. Good, we just covered the missing person report of young Mirio Togata. Izuku. Saki. I see. As Izuku takes a seat next to Aizawa, who was just looking at Izuku as Izuku looks to see Katsumi and Shoka also in the meeting as Nizu clears his throat. Nizu. Mr. Saki, can you please tell us how you were able to fight the Shredder? Izuku. Saki. I would be glad to. I have trained in the ancient arts of ninjutsu. I am a very honorable man, where the Shredder is not honorable. With my training I became one with my body and mine. My father taught me that even an ant can move a mountain if he is balanced in both spirit and mind, that he lets his body flow like a river, mighty but calm, treacherous but soothing, deadly but can also bring life. With my teachings I could hold off even the most dangerous of men as the heroes that don't know that he is the Shredder clap and praise him for what he said as his past look at him trying to find a way to make him slip up. Casey. Amazing, Mr. Saki. Izuku. Saki. Thank you, Casey. Now let's discuss some other things that Aizawa and Ms. Joke have found. As Aizawa gets up as Izuku looks at him, then to Ms. Joke as they look at him as they get to the front as Aizawa speaks. Aizawa. We think we might have found out where the Shredder is getting his tech. This made Mirko Ryukyu and 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟 jump a little but didn't show as they take a look to Izuku but see him not phased on what Izawa said and 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧𝗏. Please explain as Izawa looks at Izuku as he takes a deep breath. Izawa. We got pictures from Jet Burst of 2 female foot soldiers guarding this tanker as Izawa shows the picture of the Triceratons weapon tanker Izawa. We believe this is another underground organization that is with the foot Izuku, Saki. It's not as the heroes look at Izuku as Izawa and his past are shocked. He said something Izuku, Saki. This is a old tech company that my father bought out years ago. They were making weapons for black market stuff. After my father bought the company he shut it down and destroyed the weapons, but a few tankers were stolen and hidden. The Shredder probably knows someone that worked for the company and was told where some tankers are. Fat gum. So the Shredder has weapons now. Izuku, Saki. No, the weapons this company made are junk. They were scamming the black market. I doubt the Shredder can even make these weapons work. Most had plastic parts and the tech in them was so outdated they couldn't even take down an iPhone 40 power loader. How do you know this? Izuku, Saki. My company still has some of the weapons. We use them for training interns so they know what not to do for support gear power loader. So these weapons your company can't even make work. Izuku, Saki. No, they are mostly like toys. Izawa. So the Shredder can't do anything with these weapons. Izuku, Saki. I would say no, but the Shredder is really intelligent, so who knows. I will ask Dr. Chaplin, my head scientist, to work on armor for even Hero's hero costume just in case. Casey. Thank you, Mr. Saki. Now what else? How you found Izawa looked at Izuku as he looks at him. Izawa. We believe the Shredder has a street gang called the Purple Dragons. Ms. Joke. We believe that these Purple Dragons are stealing money for the Shredder to fund his underground deals. Katsumi. Is that common? Izuku, Saki. Yes, it is, my dear. Katsumi jumped when Izuku answered her. Izuku, Saki. Shadow organization tend to use stolen money to pay for their funding. This is because money can leave a trail, so if the organization uses legitimate money, that leaves a paper trail that police and the heroes can trace back to the organization. Katsumi. Thank you, Mr. Saki. Izuku, Saki. You are welcome. As the meeting goes on, as we cut to after the meeting where it's only Izuku and his past in the meeting room as Izuku hits a button and makes mist come out of his suit pocket as he looks at his past. Izuku. So you figure out a way to expose my identity yet? Katsumi. I can. Izuku. It is Shredder or Izuku. Not those stupid nicknames. Ms. Joke. Izuku. Izuku. Hello, auntie. Long time no see. You have been busy, so I haven't seen you at some of these meetings. Ms. Joke. Please turn yourself in. Izuku. I don't think. Izawa. Izuku, if you don't turn yourself in I will be forced to take you down. Izuku. So be it. Meet me at this address in 3 days. As Izuku pulls out a business card and slides it to Izawa. Izuku. The final battle will be there. Me as the Shredder and you as a hero. Oh, and bring as many heroes. You want to fight my foot, but know this. As Izuku stands up. Izuku. It will be to the death, so be ready to kill me or be ready for you to die yourself. As Izuku leaves as everyone looks down. Izawa. We can't kill him, Shoka. No, we can't, and we can't let my dad know about this. He is dead set on killing Izuku now. Katsumi. No, we can still save him. Nizu. I hope we can. As we cut to Izuku in his limo as he looks to see Mirko, Ryukyu and 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. Izuku. I have a mission for you girls. Mirko. Anything, my Mr. Ryukyu. What is it? Mr. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. I will do anything for you, my loving MC or Shredder. Izuku. On the day of the battle, kidnap Ms. Joke. I want to push Izawa to the point he does fight me for real. Mirko. Of course, MST, or I will do anything for you, even bear your child if you ask. Ryukyu. I would also bear your child. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. Same as me. Izuku. You girls are too loyal to me that you love me, and I appreciate that. After I take over the world, I will give you girls what you want. I will be the king and you my queens. Mirko. Blushing. Yes, your queen, the wife of the Shredder. The wife of my Izuku is my dream. Ryukyu. Blushing. I am with you. Rumi. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. Blushing. Our rule as husband and wife will be the greatest in all of history. Izuku. Indeed. Ms. Joke. Point of view. I knew Izuku at a young age. He was so full of life and love. You could see he wouldn't hurt a soul, but even the innocent can be pushed into the darkness and be reborn into something that you can't even recognize. I pray Shota can save Izuku from that darkness he was reborn into. I hope that Izuku would be his old self by the time the little one in my belly is grow, so they don't have to grow up in a world where the Shredder is law. Narrator's point view. It has been 3 days since Izuku told Izawa that it will be the final battle as we see many of the heroes getting ready for a fight. All of the UA staff members are there. Some top heroes like Fat Gum, Best Jeans, Hawks, the WWP, Grand Orca and more. As Izawa is looking around and looks at Midnight. Izawa. Mirko and Ryukyu aren't coming midnight. Sadly no, they had a mission elsewhere they couldn't get out of it. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Wish they were here, we need strong heroes. Midnight. Is Emi coming with 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴? No, she said she can't for reasons and is seeing her doctor today. Midnight. Might be for the best that she isn't coming. She is not the best fighter, not trying to talk down on her or anything, but we need fighters. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. I agree. Just as 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 said that, his phone starts ringing as he leaves and answers it. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Emi, Ms. Joke, phone. Hey honey, how is the preparations for the battle? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Everyone is ready and waiting, but forget that. How was the doctor's? Ms. Joke, phone. All good, just had to make sure on something. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Make sure of what? Ms. Joke, phone. It's not important right now, just go save Izuku and stop this monster known as the Shredder that has taken over his mind. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. That is the plan, Emi, but what if I can't? What if I? He said this was a battle to the death, mine or his. I don't think I can. Ms. Joke was silent on the phone as both thought about what would happen if he did had to. As Ms. Joke spoke, Ms. Joke, phone. I hope it doesn't have to come to that, Shota, but if it does, you have to push through to protect the people of this country and the world. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 didn't say anything as he just hung up the phone and closed his eyes. As we cut to Emi outside the doctor's office looking at her phone that says call ended as she sheds a tear and starts walking to her car. As she gets in and rubs her belly, Ms. Joke. I hope everything works out. Your dad will save Izuku and will watch you grow up. Congratulations, Emi. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Ms. Joke, hearing that voice, turns around to look to see a female foot in the back seat. As she turns her head to see another one in the passenger seat, female foot 1. As our Shredder would like for you to come with us, female foot 2. If you want to protect your unborn child, you will agree, or we will have to take you by force. Ms. Joke just looked at both of them and nodded. Female foot 1. Good, now drive. Ms. Joke starts the car and drives away. As we cut to late at night. The heroes were all on a roof of our abandoned factory and warehouses as the weather was not pleasant. It was raining and a massive thunderstorm was going on. As the heroes looked around just as lightning went off, making foot ninjas appear, causing the heroes to get into a fighting stance. All the female foot appeared on the next lightning strike. As the heroes see there are 7 of them, as they don't get into a fighting stance but instead move around with the other foot and make a path and bow just as red lightning, which no one has ever seen before, struck as the Shredder appear within the red lightning, making some heroes start to feel fear. The Shredder slowly walked up to face the heroes as he stops and moves his hands to his helmet and takes it off, showing his real face to the heroes, as many are seeing a young boy as the Shredder, which shocked them, but the heroes who knew just looked at him with sadness. Shredder, you see my face as it is now, but this is a face of death. I was once someone but killed long ago. Now all that is left is. Izuku puts his helmet back on as red lightning strikes again. Shredder. The Shredder. No one moved. The heroes now know that the Shredder is a kid, didn't know what to do, but they collected themselves and got ready for a fight. Even if the Shredder, the man that killed All Might, was a kid, they needed to take him down. As they look at 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 waiting for his orders as he just walked up. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Shredder, your reign of terror is over, you and your foot will end tonight. Shredder. Ha, you say that, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, but you know the only way to end me is to kill me. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. I would never kill you, Shredder. I know, that is why I brought someone to help motivate you. As Izuku turns his head as everyone follows his glance, as 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 goes wide-eyed to see Hun walking up with Ms. Joke tied up. She wasn't hurt or anything, just tied up, as Hun brought her to Izuku. Hun, or the woman Shredder. Thank you, Hun. Now put her down gently. As Hun listens as Izuku points his claw at her neck and looked at 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Shredder, you will fight me to the death or else one of my foot will slice her throat. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. You busy, let her go. Shredder. Why would I have them hostage, so you will fight me to the death. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Then Izuku moved his claw to Ms. Joke's stomach as she tried to back away from him but was pushed back by Hun. Shredder. Why do you think Ms. Joke went to the doctor? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, now realizing what Izuku meant, activated his quirk in anger. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴. Fine, Izuku, you want to the death, then to the death. Izuku started to laugh as he pushed 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 to agree to the death as he snapped his finger as 2 of the female foot took Ms. Joke away to a safe spot. Shredder. Then let's being foot attack. The foot charges at the heroes as the heroes do the same, all fighting strong with each side giving it their all. The heroes using the tech that Orokusaki made them to help destroy the robotic foot, as the female foot were the most troubling. As for 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 and Izuku, they stared each other down as Izuku pulls out katana and throws it at 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴's feet, making him look at it. Shredder. I heard you were quite the swordsman back in the day. Your sword skills with a katana was that of legends, they say, but yet you haven't talked about it or used a katana in years, but now you must pick it up again to face me. As Izuku pulls out another katana and points it at Izawa as red lightning strikes. Just as Izawa picks up the hilt of the katana, as purple lightning strikes, Izawa gets into a fighting stance with the blade, ready to strike Shredder. Yes, now come at me, mighty warrior. Izuku and Izawa rush each other, hitting the katanas together, and a fierce battle as they trade blows after blows, sword against sword, as the fight of the foot and heroes rages around them. Izawa dodging Izuku's strikes and then landing a few of his own, which was able to cut through Izuku's armor since he wasn't wearing his new armor. Izuku didn't let up. He slashed and punched Izawa a few times, causing major damage to him as Izuku used his claws to punch and slab his left shoulder, making Izawa unable to use that arm. Izuku took that as the right opportunity to kick Izawa away, making him roll on the ground and hit the dead body of one of the heroes. As Izawa looked around to see that all the heroes were defeated, some killed and some badly injured, as he looked at Izuku walking up to him. Izawa, Izuku, I knew is dead for good, right? Izuku stops and took off his helmet once more and looked at Izawa. Izuku, I was killed long ago by this world and how it treats quirkless people, but it turns out someone who is quirkless can be the most dangerous. Izuku puts his helmet back on as he looks at the two female foot who are with 𝐻𝗧𝗟𝗘. Shredder, kill her. Izawa goes wide-eyed as he looks to see one of the female foot stab her, as he screams and stands up, grinding his teeth as his mouth started to bleed from it, as he looks at Izuku and holds his katana tight and points it at Izuku. Izawa, you die right here and right now. Shredder, foot disappear. Female foot 1. But Sir Shredder, I said leave when Izuku yelled. The red lightning strike the building they were on, starting a fire that surrounded Izuku and Izawa, as the female foot were hesitant but left with Hun and the other robotic foot. As Izuku looks at Izawa, Shredder, one finally attack should kill you. Izawa, you will be the one dying. Shredder, for what did to Emi and my unborn child, but not just them, but for also killing Izuku and using his body. Izuku started to laugh as both him and Izawa charged at each other and jumped as they sliced each other and landed. Both did not make a move. All that moved was the rain on their bodies and the blood dripping off Izawa's left arm. We see Izawa slowly standing up and drop the katana as he has tears in his eyes. Izawa, I am sorry. Izuku, we get a close-up of Izuku still in the possession he landed in, as we see his head slide of his body, spewing blood as his body finally drops dead. As Izawa looks at him and closes his eyes but opens them and runs to 𝗧𝗟𝗘 and hold her body and starts crying. Izawa, oh Emi. Izawa closes his eyes just to feel a hand as he opens his eyes to see Emi alive and not even hurt, as he realized they never planned on killing her. They just wanted Izawa to get so mad that he would kill Izuku. Izawa, Emi, let's go home. We cut to later as all the heroes are gone, as we see the fire department controlling the fire to let it burn the factor down, as we go to Izuku's body to see it start to slowly get up and walk towards his head just to pick it up and walk off into the fire. Izawa's point of view, I killed Izuku, the boy that I thought of as a son. He pushed me to the breaking point like he was. I think that is what he wanted. He wanted to push me to the breaking point, probably to free him from what he became. Maybe a part of the Izuku I knew was pushing through for us to save him from what he became, and to also know that the only way to stop him was to kill him. I wish I didn't have to, but in the end I had to. I have to live with that for the rest of my life, but I know one day I will see Izuku again in hell for a murder. Of a murder. Narrator's point of view, it has been a week since the reported death of the Shredder Ege Izuku. His past that knew him had a private funeral for him. Katsumi and Shoka cried, wishing that they could go back in time to stop themselves from bullying Izuku and stopping him from becoming the Shredder. Endeavor, however, wasn't happy that Izuku was dead. No, he wished Izuku was still alive so he could kill him himself, but he didn't say anything. He didn't even show for his private funeral. The Heroes Association and government were happy that the Shredder was dead and that the Foot Clan has disappeared due to his death. They gave Izawa a reward and named him the new #1 hero, but Izawa turned it down and told them he was retiring due to the battle, which they understood, but they also wanted him to stay, but they didn't push. We now go to Izawa with 𝐻𝗧𝗟𝗘 in their house as Izawa is going through paperwork. Izawa, where could they be? 𝐻𝗧𝗟𝗘, you're still looking for the female foot and the purple dragons. Izawa, yes 𝐻𝗧𝗟𝗘. Shota, please let this go. They haven't showed themselves since. You know. Izawa, I know that, but until all of them are in prison, the nightmare which is the foot will never be over. 𝐻𝗧𝗟𝗘 I know, but for now please relax. It is not healthy that you are diving into your work even after you said you're retiring from being a hero. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 stops and sighs as he walks up to 𝗔𝗠𝗠, who was laying in bed, as he gets in and lays his head on her head. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, I just want to fully end this nightmare, Emmy. It has been hunting me more and more since that night. 𝗔𝗠𝗠. Get that? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 looked to the corner of the room in the shadow as he sees the Shredder walks out as his head slides off his body, but 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 just closes his eyes as the image of the Shredder disappears. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, to be honest, I don't think this nightmare will end. 𝗔𝗠𝗠. I don't think it will, but you can't go killing yourself with this work, especially since you're retiring. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, I know, but 𝗔𝗠𝗠. No buts, now just rest with me, as 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 does finally, as we cut to Katsumi and Shoka in Katsumi's dorm room as they are looking at pictures of Izuku before the bullying and neglect. Katsumi, I can't believe he is gone. Shoka, we are monster for what we did. We shouldn't even be here. And you, as Shoka burns a picture of her and Izuku as tears started to form from her eyes. Katsumi, yeah, we really shouldn't be heroes. We should just drop out. Shoka, let's talk to 𝗎𝗓, as both Katsumi and Shoka go to 𝗎𝗓 and explain what they want. 𝗎𝗓, I understand that you want to drop out, but we need more heroes, so I ask that you stay as heroes in training. Katsumi, but sir, after we caused all of this. Shoka, we really shouldn't stay. 𝗎𝗓, again, I understand, but please stay. We already lost so many students due to the first appearance of the Shredder. If you leave, we will only have 3 students left in all the hero program at UA, and we can't even put students in the hero program from other classes due to many of them also dropping out, so please don't leave UA. Katsumi and Shoka look at each other and nod and agree to stay. As we go to Endeavor at his place, he was punching a punching bag and setting the room on fire. Endeavor, as Endeavor punching a hole in the bag and sets it on fire as he stops. Endeavor, Izuku, you will never be forgiven by me. You killed my best friend and my wife. I wanted to take your life with my own hands, but no, they left me from the fight, and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 took the glory of killing you. As Endeavor walks out of his indoor gym, he sees that his whole house has holes and burn marks from his anger as he sighs, then sees a burnt picture of his wedding with Rei as he sees that his fire burned off Rei's side, which made him pick it up. Endeavor, I never even got to say sorry for what I did to her and made her do. As for Izuku's identity as Orokusaki, Saki Tech told people that he was taking care of business in America since Shredder was killed. Of course, this was a cover. We now cut to the Saki Tower as we see Hun and the others going over the footage of the battle as they all watch Izuku's head get cut off, which made them all 𝗔𝗠𝗠. I am going to kill him, rip him in pieces. Ryukyu, not before I boil him alive and melt his eyes. 𝗎𝗓𝗓, after you do that I will feed him to hungry wolves. Hun, Sr. Dr. Chaplin, 𝗎𝗓𝗓 is not dead. Everyone looked at Chaplin as 𝗔𝗠𝗠 walked to him and picked him up by the throat. 𝗔𝗠𝗠, explain. You will unhand him, 𝗔𝗠𝗠, or else. 𝗔𝗠𝗠 let go of Chaplin as everyone heard his voice as they look around just as the foot symbol on the wall opens up to show Izuku's body in one pod and his head in another, very much alive, which shocked all of them. Izuku, it will take much more than cutting off my head to kill me. Ha ha ha. We go outside his tower as red lightning starts to strike as we hear his evil laugh. A short chapter, Izuku's point of view. My old 𝗎𝗓𝗓 told me before he was disposed of that he had 4 enemies. Nose at the turtles, they defeated him, but he kept coming back. They underestimate him. Even cutting his head off, he still came back. I have used what he told me to make contingencies just in case it happened to me, and so much more. My enemies are celebrating my death as the Shredder and mourning my death as Izuku, but that will not last. When I return, I will slaughter as many heroes as I can. Maha. Narrator's point of view. We start off where we left off, with everyone looking at the head on Izuku still alive. Hun was the first to speak. Hun, Sr. how are you alive? Dr. Chaplin, that will be because of me. Chaplin walks up as everyone looks at him. Izuku, Chaplin explained to them. Dr. Chaplin, of course. Sr. Shredder now. Has anyone seen the movie called The King's Men Golden Circle? Ryukyu, how does that apply to keeping Izuku alive? Izuku, silence. Ryukyu, when Izuku said that, everyone could tell that he didn't want anyone to interrupt Dr. Chaplin. Ryukyu, sorry. Shredder. Izuku, Chaplin continue. Dr. Chaplin, right, so in that movie they have a special gel that can keep people alive when they get shot in the head. I took that idea and used some Utron science and tech to create something similar but more powerful. I put it into each of your suits and Shredders. This gel can keep someone alive if their head is cut off or heart is ripped out. Any form of dying, this gel can keep you alive. Once Shredder's head was cut off, the gel activated and saved him from death. After that I used my remote access to control his armor to grab his head and make him come back here, where I quickly put him into that jar with the gel and his body. This way the nanobots can slowly heal his body and head to be reattached. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. And you didn't tell us Izuku, because I didn't want anyone to know. Everyone looks at Izuku as they all bow. Izuku, until I am fully healed you all will lay low as the foot. Continue doing what you do as heroes or as my assistant. We cannot let the heroes know I am alive just yet. Foot Clan. Yes, 𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘. Izuku, hun, you and your purple dragons will obtain money for me like they have, hun. Yes, Izuku. Dr. Chaplin. Dr. Chaplin. Yes, Izuku, your genius is what saved my life. You may ask for anything and I will grant it. Dr. Chaplin. 𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘, all I ever wanted you have already gave me. I cannot possibly think of anything else I want. May I please get back to you if I think of something? Izuku, you may now dismiss. I must heal. As the wall closes covering Izuku so he can heal, as everyone sighs and looks at Chaplin. Mirko, sorry Dr. Chaplin. Oh no, it's all good. I was prepared for one of you to do that. I just thought it would be hun. She beat me to it. Izumi, so what now? Ryukyu, we do what Izuku said. Inko, yes, until he is healed we must go about our business as usual to keep up appearances. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘, then I need to head back to that school. It will be strong because if I see him I would kill him. Ray, he retired from hero work and being a teacher he most likely isn't there. 𝗔𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗘, good hun. I am going to get a group of my guys to go do what 𝗧𝗧𝗟 hun leaves as the others follow except for Dr. Chaplin as he goes to the hidden passage and opens it and walks down to his lab and turns on a computer to show a video call of Izuku. Izuku, Chaplin, is everything going according to plan? Dr. Chaplin, yes, 𝗧𝗧𝗟, the mutagen Izumi brought back from New York is being injected into your body and head as we speak, after I sympathized it so it won't turn you into a mutant. Izuku, what about the other function? Dr. Chaplin, oh yes, you will be able to tap into the mutagen power without turning. You can be as strong as a dragon, quick as a velociraptor, anything you want to do you can. Izuku, good. Now have we found any volunteers for the project? Dr. Chaplin, yes, 𝗧𝗧𝗟𝗑, we do. Izuku, excellent. Soon I will have an army of foot but also mutants that are far superior to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Dr. Chaplin, yes, you truly are the one true shredder. Chaplin bows down to the video of Izuku as Izuku starts laughing as we cut to Aizawa waking up in a cold sweat hearing his laugh as he looks around and gets out of bed and walks to his window and looks out of it straight at Saki Tower as he sees red lightning striking around it that stops Aizawa. Even when he is dead his presence is still around. Aizawa just stares at Saki Tower as Emi walks up behind him and grabs his hand and brings him back to bed. Aizawa, laying in bed, just looks at the ceiling feeling a dark shadow cast over him as the evil laugh of the shredder starts to be heard.